We are live right now. Give me a second.
Okay.
Okay. I gotta connect. Dang. Okay, better now. Yo, let me connect the audio. Okay, I gotta go here. Yeah, I gotta connect the audio now. Can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you.
Okay, good. Yes. Yeah, we are going to start broadcast right now. Yeah. So how's it going? Merry Christmas and Happy New Year. Yeah, Merry Christmas to you, Vic.
No, it's a pagan holiday. I don't celebrate Christmas.
I thought you guys did.
No, actually, when the kids were young, we did it for the kids. But now that they're older, I don't have any grandkids, so it
Yeah.
don't really matter about Christmas to me
Oh,
anyway.
okay. That makes sense. Even me myself, I don't even celebrate it, but a whole lot of people celebrate it.
I asked my brother. I sent him the link to see if my brother would join this time because he don't have to work. He's off for a few days. I don't know if he's gonna get on or not.
Yeah, shoot him a text message. I'm telling
I
him we
did.
already started. Yeah. Yeah, tell him, oh, he has to send me, you have to send me his email address.
Whose email address?
Your brother's email address. That's Victor's brother. Did you, so that I can, did you send in the link? I think Victor has me on mute, but he's talking.
Oh, that was accident. What happened? What you say now?
I said,
That
did you send
your
him?
email I forwarded to him to his email.
No, I have to send him the link. He may have been
Well,
sending me.
it did have your link on it, but let me text him.
Okay.
Well,
Yeah,
let me
text.
text you his. Let me text you his.
No, just read it out to me. Let me send it right now.
Okay, hold on. Well, I got to get out because I don't remember it by.
Yeah, you
I got
can
to
read
get
it.
out of
It's no
this.
problem.
Let me get back out and come back in.
Okay. Yeah, how's it going, Eric?
What's up, bro?
Not too much. Did you get your client?
Yeah, I just dropped him off. I'm sitting in front of his house texting.
Oh, okay. Oh, Alice, I sent Alicia and Marshalla, the link so
Angela,
they
you
can
mean?
join. Angela, I'm sorry.
Yeah, I told them we was gonna start at 9, and then I don't think I never texted back about 9:30, so I don't know. I haven't tried calling them, and then I don't know if they've come in yet. Whatchamacallit called me.
Ooh.
What's her name?
Rhonda?
Yeah,
You
she
mean
called me,
Rhonda?
but I haven't called her back yet either.
Oh, okay. Oh, okay. Yeah, let me check something real quick. Let me try to. I think what's her name? She must have been trying to reach me on How's your day going? Eric, how's your day going?
What's that?
How's your day going? No, I said, how's your day going? No, I was saying, how's your day going? Oh, let me add Victor real quick. Victor, do you have it?
Yeah, it's warrior, like a
W
like a
W
warrior.
W A R R I O R.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Last name is Wynn.
Is it one word?
Well, I mean, it's the email.
No, no, no. Is it warrior when one? They're all one
Yeah,
word.
warrior win 60 at
W I
gmail.com.
W Y N N.
Yeah, 60 at gmail.com.
60 at Gmail. Okay, let me see.
I'm
Okay,
gonna
let me see.
text him, let
So
him
it's going to
know.
be WARRIOR WYNN 60 at
At Gmail,
gmail.com.
right?
Okay. Okay, tell him that I just sent him a link right now.
I'm texting him now.
Okay. Yeah, Rhonda is going to come shortly. I think she might be
Let me. You want me to try texting Angela and Marshall, see if they coming? Did you send them a link, Alex?
Yes, I did.
You did?
I did send them a link. Yeah. Tell them
Okay.
to come on. Yeah. I sent them
Okay.
the link already. Okay.
I texted them both a little while ago that we were just starting.
Oh, okay.
Maybe they got the invoice, maybe not. I mean the text, maybe not for sure.
Yeah, because
Eric, can you
they're
hear
gonna.
me?
Yep.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, because they're
You
gonna
must
want
be
to.
still working.
I just
Yeah.
dropped John off. I'm heading to the crib now.
Yeah, for this conversation, they're gonna want to hear this. I don't think I'm gonna do a monologue because we don't really have the time for monologue right now. But we can just go straight to conversation. I'm gonna do more like a panel conversation tonight. Yeah, not a monologue tonight. So we
You gotta
might get
speak up a
into
little
the.
louder, Alex.
Oh, you guys can't hear me?
Barely.
I can hear you.
Eric, you can't hear me?
I can barely hear you.
Oh, hold on a minute. Let me try to increase. Can you hear me now better? Okay, I think. Can you hear me better now, Eric? I think he might be. Maybe he got disconnected or
I
something.
see him on here, but I don't see his picture anymore.
Yeah, I think he might be. Maybe it might be signal issue. Okay, he's joining from a different. That you joining from a different phone? I'm gonna remove the other one.
There you go again.
Yeah, you got us on two phones.
He's muted.
You muted. Hold on a minute. Let me unmute him. Okay, Eric, your mic is not connected. Yeah, you might have to. Yeah, so you see, the discussion tonight is the one that those ladies would like to be involved in because we got to talk about men this time. And
You sent Rhonda them the thing.
yeah, I told Rhonda. Yeah, I told her 9:30.
Oh, let me text her.
Okay. Oh yeah. So tonight's conversation is gonna be about what we call lazy men, but I'm gonna change that title from lazy men to more of let's say dumb men, dope boys. These are
Y'all hear
people you
me
can
now?
call. Yeah,
Okay.
yeah. You can call those guys dope boys. You can call them dumb men. You can call them lazy men. But you see one thing, Eric.
Yeah.
These guys, they are lazy men. They are dumb. They are dope.
Which
You can
ones are
call
you
them
talking
what?
about? Which ones are you talking about now?
No, the first. We're talking about where we ended our conversation. That's the first group of men that they
Talking about the
go
bum or whatever you call
the
them?
bomb. Yeah, the bomb. Yeah, the
Okay.
bombs. Yeah. So let me change this.
I don't know why my thing ain't coming through my car, but oh well. Should be.
Yeah, let me accept Victor. Yeah, these are called bump men. You can call them lazy men. You can call them all sort of names. But the thing about these guys is that they are very, very, you know, they are very common in the street. They are accessible, easily gotten by certain by all kind of women, like women of different types. This is not. You see, the thing about men know what they want. Men of high calibers, they know what they want. They know what they're not going to take. But they are given control. They know how to control. But these guys are guys that don't know their worth because they don't want nothing. For the average person out there, some of these guys are, like I said last time. You remember I said something about going to Walmart, no, to the polo store to return a polo shirt, and I saw this guy, with this average girl. She's average because of the way she looks. She's not taking good care of herself. But she's beautiful if she freshens up. But dealing with this guy with dreadlocks, and the dreadlock is not even taken good care of. You can see all those loose hair on the dreads. And I don't think the guy has taken shower for up to 3 days.
Damn.
Yeah.
The hell, he ain't got no damn water? That's disgusting.
It's disgusting. I don't think he has taken shower. I think it's somebody playing video game or maybe smoking weed for the past 3 days without caring about shower.
Hey. You can smoke weed and still take a shower every day, damn it.
No, I mean he's
weed
lost.
a bad name. I know.
But I know, but you got to see. There are people that it's just like crack and cocaine. There are people that take weed, and when they take stuff like that, they take good care of themselves. You can't even smell weed out of their mouth. There are people that smoke, right? There are people that smoke cigarettes. They smoke cigarettes. You can never tell these guys smoke cigarette until you see them smoking.
Shit.
Yeah,
I can.
but no. You can't really
But I'm
tell.
sensitive to cigarette smoke. Yeah, I can.
I understand, but there are men that when they take it, you can't even know that they're taking cigarette at all. You feel me? Because of how these men take good care of their skins, their body. But then there are men that when they, like, even when they're not smoking, you can smell cigarette coming out of their pores. You feel me? Because that's how much dirty. They don't clean their teeth. They don't have good hygiene. Like their cloth smells cigarette. Their cloth smells. Their car smells. Their house is so stinky cigarette. Oh man. You come to some of their houses, you can't even believe how smelly it is. But there are guys that smoke it. You come to their house, you can never smell nothing. They don't even smoke. They don't even smoke in their house.
Right.
You see, they don't even smoke in their own house because they know these men know boundaries. They understand where to smoke and where not to smoke. That's how cleanliness they are. But what I'm trying to say in essence is this. So you see these guys, you see them pulling women, and you can't even believe. And sometimes these are
Maybe the women stink too.
Man, you're
Nah,
right. Hey, but there's an atom of
I had a
truth to
homeboy
that.
like that. Used to have bad breath, smell like El Chicos and shit. And he was still pulling girls. I'm like, how the fuck is he doing that shit?
I can't even believe it. But then when you look into it, right? Go ahead.
No, I'm listening.
So, but when you look into it and digest really deep and look at the girl's attitude and look at the guy's tolerance level, then you find out why guys like that can push so many women. It ends up in control. These men are easily controlled, easily manipulated, but they are not fools. They know what is going on. That is why you see them, they will have 2, 3, 4, 5 girls. Because if they get kicked out of this house, they have another house to go to. Because they get kicked out all the time. You feel me? They're not faithful. But they always have the next one to go to. They always have somebody to talk to. They always have a girl that deals with them at all times. That's the unfortunate thing. Yeah. I can see that Eric is having some audio issue. And Victor, I don't know what's up with Victor. But it seems like Randa might be busy. Like I said, if the ladies are able to come up to this channel tonight, they're going to really, really love it because this is where we're going to tear the men apart. Tell them how lazy men can be.
All right, I'm back. I'm sorry. I had a call come in.
Okay. Were you able to get to your brother?
He was trying to do it on the laptop, but I told him, I said, no, do it by phone. We all doing it by our phone.
Mm-hmm.
I told him to do it by his phone.
Yeah, phone will be much clearer than laptop. Yeah, but I haven't seen him come in yet.
Oh, well, I mean, I don't know if he's even got the message. I don't know if he broke away from it. But anyway, I text Rhonda too, and I didn't get a response from them yet. I know they was working on some stuff earlier. That was a couple of hours ago, though.
Yeah, I spoke to her right after I called you and called Eric. I called her. She said, okay. I told her 9:30.
Well, it's 10 o'clock now. It's 10:05, so we need to get moving.
Yeah,
we got 1 hour left.
Oh, we're already moving already. Me and Eric were discussing. I think me and Eric were discussing. So he, I think he got kind of. Yeah. So to continue what I was saying, so these men, these kind of guys are guys that like their datiness is something you can't even stand. And even some of them that they are not dirty, like that, some of them are not dirty. But they're so naive beyond their neighborhood. They know some guy stuff, some hood stuff, you know. But then they get into, like, you see some of them, they look good, they look nice, they dress good, but all their dressing and all their good looking is actually sponsored by the girl that they're dealing with. Like sometimes I have these guys and then we're talking and then the girls want to be in the conversation and then I have to find a way to shut her down. Like, girl, I'm not talking to you. I'm talking to the man, you know. And then they will see my dominion. So because I have to look disrespectful, you know what I mean? I have to look disrespectful because I'm trying to have a man conversation here. that make her kind of feel irrelevant, and then to make her like, hey, I'm an African man, so you got to pay attention. And then the way they would look at me, I just shut them down for the entire conversation, so me and the guy can talk. You feel me? But I don't have to do that. I don't have to do that. So me doing that tells me that these guys are bums. You know, they don't know. They don't know how to handle a relationship. They don't know how to build a relationship. They don't know how to um, um, be assertive, assert themselves in the house, assert themselves in the situation ship that they are, or in the relationship that they are, or in the marriage that they are. They don't know how to assert themselves in it. So you see them taking seriously advantage of because they are bums. They don't know nothing.
So we talking we talking Pookie and Ray Ray because
Yeah.
the Pookie and Ray Ray that I grew up with is a little bit different from what you're speaking on. But go ahead.
No. Tell me more about what you grew up with, because what
Well,
you grew
the
up with.
Pookies and Ray Ray we grew up with were uh the guys. They were just I wouldn't say they were not necessarily intelligent, but they grew up to be nothing. They just grew up to be nothing. They was drunks. They were the guy who just did little odd jobs just to make a living from day to day. They didn't own nothing. They really didn't have a place to stay.
That's what I'm
Uh,
saying. Yeah.
oh, okay.
Yeah.
So I
But
missed that part.
continue with the conversation.
Uh,
Continue.
uh, um, um, and when it did come down to dating, they just dated whoever would give them a place to lay their head. You know what I mean? They wouldn't hold a job. Not a steady job. They had odd jobs. They was that guy that did stuff in the neighborhood. They might have cut a yard, washed the car, or something like that. And they were just someone who eventually grew up and just for whatever reason why they took the wrong turns in their life and they became who they are. That Pookie and Ray Ray. They have no hope on anything. They just live day to day by any means and whatever means they can. That's the Pookie and Ray Rays that I grew up around.
Yeah. That's exactly true. And another thing about those guys, not only do they have odd jobs, some of them actually, like what they do is that they move, not just only move from one place to another.
Hmm.
Like you see them, they are home playing video games. Like you see them sometimes they just they take their girl to work and go bring her back from work. You see, they
Yeah,
take her
they
to
have
work,
one.
and and that's their work. And they just
Yeah.
come home, running the streets, doing whatever,
Mm,
going from one
doing
place to
whatever.
another.
Yep.
And the funny thing, this thing doesn't even have age. Like you see some
No, they
men
don't.
in their 50s and 60s doing that.
We also had another name for them. We used to call them poop butts. You remember that poop butt? He just a poop butt.
Oh
I mean, he
boy.
was just a no good dude.
And they're not
Uh,
even ashamed of that shit, man.
nope, no, they're not. No, they just who they are. Their life is in their drinking, living day by day, or spending the night over anybody's house, sleeping on anybody's couch, and doing just whatever they can. They have no motive. They have no objectives. They don't do anything.
And the funny thing about it is that sometimes you see where these guys are giving advice. Like if you're having conversation with your guys, they just join in that conversation and then they start telling you all these things, how life works, and you're like, what the? Then sometimes you're like, if you know all this crap, how come you haven't bettered yourself?
Well,
I
one
don't know if
one
you.
main reason that I know is that they live their life out of a bottle. That's why they can't get over that. I've known people like that. Grew up, mother and father had everything. They was came from a pretty good family, and they just decided to start drinking, and they never could let go of the bottle. And because of the 10-year history of drinking all the time, they became a poop butt.
But check this out, those ones that started drinking that have alcohol issue, that's not even my problem because those ones you can't fix. It's going to take a whole lot of therapy to fix it. But then there are ones, the ones that really, really touch me are the ones that don't have any alcohol or drug issue, but they are just lazy. Because if they have alcohol or drug issue, you're not going to see a girl earning 50,000 or more, dealing with them. You know what I mean? But there are ones that you see girls that make 100,000. You see those girls that can't get guys like you and I that are assertive, that make money, that don't take any bullshit from women. They will not deal with you and I. They might come to us for marriage, but they know they won't date us because the reason why they won't date us because we're not going to let them get away with shit. But what she's going to wait is when she turns certain age, like very older, now they start looking for you, trying to see if you're going to wife them because either their kids are almost grown or younger, a little grown, to use you to wrong their stupidity. You feel what I'm saying? They're not going to deal with you. But guess who they're going to deal with? Those pookies. Those guys. The ones that can't keep a job, but they're not an addict. They're not addicts either. That's the one that gets me, man. So, you know what I'm talking about, right?
Yeah, I hear you.
Yeah. So sometimes I'm like if you go to barber shop, right, you see a lot of those guys at the barber shop. Like if you go to barber shop, you see them at the barber shop, you see them around there. Like they will have every conversation. They will say everything with you. They will have every kind of conversation with you. They will say stuff, man. And then you're like, man, where did you get all this intelligence from? These guys are not stupid.
No, they're not at all. They got a lot of street smart. They got a lot of street smarts too. Some of them, they just, for whatever reason why, they just turn out to be lazy bums. They just, they don't want to work. They want to go home and they think that people supposed to do something for them.
Yeah, that's the Pookie and Rere that I'm trying to discuss, not the ones that I dated. Because the ones that I did is like me discussing level 1 and 2 women. You see the way we skip level 1 and 2 because I don't even want to go there. Yeah, those are not level 1 and 2 women are not people that I'm going to discuss because not that they're inferior or anything, but you're going to make a lot of people mad. And
hey man, they're gonna be mad anyway. People are gonna be mad regardless of what you say.
Yeah, but just like I don't want to discuss those ones. I don't want to discuss the dirty bombs, but I want to discuss the clean bombs because the clean bombs, I got to tell you, like I was discussing with somebody not too long ago. One thing I figure in the community is that some of these guys they are dealt with by some of these women because what happened is that these guys, they just like, you see, when a woman gets to a certain age, maybe like when she's up to, let's say 29, 30, she's about to hit the wall. She's in the danger zone, about to hit that wall, right? She start dealing with those guys. So by the time she hit 35, she knows at that moment she can get guys that have it going. Because guys like us deal with women in our 20s. We end up dealing with those girls and then continue life with them. That's how most of us did. But then when they hit that 27, 28, they're in that danger zone, like the red zone, right? About to hit the wall. So what they do, basically, they start looking for those pookies. So what they do is that they get a child by that pookie. They get impregnated, just like I said in the other podcast, they get impregnated by pookie. So when the pookie impregnates her, then she starts causing drama. You see what happened?
Mm-hmm.
So she starts causing drama, and the pookie don't give a damn. Because Pookie might have Pookie might be 29, 30, around 28, 29, 30. They're usually about the same age. He already have 5 kids. And he's not even in the life of any of those kids. Guess what
And sometimes those girls go for the Pookies too because they already got kids and nobody's gonna wife them up. So they'll take the next best thing, which is Pookie, who sometimes bring a few dollars to the table, just to have a man in the crib, so they can say they got a man in the crib.
No, I'm going to discuss those ones. Those are not actually the Pookie that I'm talking about. I'm talking about the low-level Pookie.
Oh, it's a high-level Pookie.
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah.
I didn't know. I thought Pookie was Pookie. I thought Pookie and Ray Ray was Pookie. I didn't know it was high level and low level.
No, this is how it is, right? You have Pookie, right? Pookie is the low level. Then you have the simp man, which is the level above Pookie, which is simp. Is a SIMP. So the simp man is the one that you're talking about, the one that brings money home.
No. I don't mean the guy who has a steady job. I'm still talking Pookie and Ray Ray, who I've known those guys. They don't have a steady job. They still work around the neighborhood doing odd jobs, this kind of job, that kind of job. But they got the girlfriend who's got about 4 kids because she can't find a husband. So she found him and he found her, and now she's got a man in the crib. They just not married.
Okay, but you remember that I said that Pookie get women of different levels, right?
Okay.
So you're talking about Pookie that deals with women of level 3.
Okay.
So you remember when we discussed level 3, right? We said that level 3 is the fat chick with many kids, short, and then her height goes up, but her height goes bigger as her weight goes bigger, right?
Sometimes.
But she have 3 to 6 kids by 3 to 6 different men. You remember? So,
I understand.
All those different men she have kids for are all Pookies.
Mm-hmm.
So she might have 1 or 2 good Pookie that does the kind of job that you said about. So one Pookie that does that job, or 2 Pookie that gets money from here and there. So those Pookie tend to be in the life of their children. They might be in the life of
I've known both of those 2 that you just described. The one you just described and the one I just told you about. Because I've known the Pookie that had the girlfriend with the house. She had 3 or 4 kids, but she had a house. And he had a job. Now, he was the upper level Pookie because he had a steady job. And then I know the other guy, they were both friends. He was the Pookie that didn't have a job. He just worked wherever. She was tall. She wasn't fat, but she still had 3 or 4 kids, and she had an apartment. And she just needed a man in the house to say she had a man in the house. So I've known both of those.
So now you're talking about level 5 women. So, okay, that is level 5 women that you're talking about.
Oh, okay, I guess.
Yes. It's not the Pookie that deal with level 3 women. It's the Pookie that deal with level 5. Because remember, level 4 women tend to marry blue workers, right? They marry for long. They don't divorce because they know if they get out of that marriage, nobody's going to want her ass. So she will stay in that marriage. She's not going anywhere. She's just a little below average. She's not fat. They're usually petite. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
They're not fat. They're usually petite. But they go up and down. Not really. She's not the kind of girl that will catch your attention that you're going to be like, damn, I'm going to wife that. No. Right. Usually it's blue workers that get with them, or simp men that get with them. They usually run the whole shit in the family, but they will not leave you. No matter what, you can fight it from here to heaven with them, they're not going nowhere. And they usually only marry one time. They marry one
that's
time.
what happened. She wasn't going nowhere. She found him a man and she had 3 kids. He didn't have no kids. He had a steady job, but she was not going nowhere. And she knew that he was out there in the street, and she didn't care.
Yes. Level 4 women will do that. They don't go nowhere. They stay in the relationship no matter what. Because when they get out, nobody wants them. They will not go nowhere. But the one that I'm talking, right, is the one that level 3 women deal with, the one we just discussed shortly. The level 3 women and the one that have multiple kids, they get these guys. But the Pookie that we're talking about tonight is the Pookie that goes every level. They get women of every level. So they're going to have that one that has multiple kids to run to when shit go bad. Because probably no man deals with her. and she knows where the Pookie has been, and maybe they have 1 or 2 kids. So, but he's fine. He's a fine man. He's handsome in terms of face, but he can't keep a job. He always have multiple. He might have like maybe 2, 3, 4, 5 baby mamas. Those are the ones that Ray Ray's. Remember, Ray Ray is the rich black woman that has money, has degree, has money. More usually level 5 and 6. You see, they usually level 5 and 6. When they're in level 5, which is average, they fine, thick, big. They come in different sizes. They those ones that went to college. They have a college degree, but they don't need a man. So their parents usually raise them to, guess what? To be a boss chick, not a boss chick. Their parents raise them to go and get a degree. Their parents discourage them from dealing with men. Go get a degree. So when she gets that degree, she comes out. She's everywhere. Excuse me. They will study like psychology. They will study like psychology. Study like all those jobs that they end up working for the government. So they usually will work for the city, or they will be nurses, you know. But usually they will work for cities mostly. Most of them work for city or post office. Or sometimes they will be cops or go to the army. But they are level 5. They're crazy. So they are the ones that deal with these Pookies. So what they do, basically, because they are rare, they have the money. They need the Pookie as somebody in the house. But the Pookie has to provide the sex and the comfort and the sleep and, you know, around during that at night. But he's not making no money. And to her, he's just going to be there until she gets pissed off. Then she's going to kick him out, right? Then she's going to have a child for him. She knows that he is good for nothing, right? She's going to have a child for him. But once that child is born, 2, 3 years later, she's going to want him out because she doesn't want him to raise the child. She wants to raise the child by herself to make the child to conform to her program. Then she's going to kick the Pookie out. So when she kicks out the Pookie, guess who she's looking for? The high value man. She was the high value man. She was the guy that earns $100,000 or more. The guy that earns maybe twice what she makes, or just a little bit above what she makes. But she knows this guy has a potential. She knows you have a business, you are a small business owner, you have a degree, you have a job, you've been consistent in your job. You see what I'm saying? She knows you're consistent, but she's bringing a child with her. So that's the life of a Pookie. So the Pookie, as lazy as he is, right? All he does is popping those children, making those babies. He doesn't have any dream. He stays in the neighborhood. He doesn't go beyond that neighborhood. If he gets out of that neighborhood, he's gone for 5 years or 10 years. You know where he is? He's in jail, right? That's right. If he's not in the neighborhood for more than 60 days, he's in jail. He's done something stupid. He's in jail.
So would the Phuket Ray Ray would a drug dealer be a part of that Phuket Ray Ray?
No, drug dealers are not part of. No. Those guys are assertive men. No, they're not part of it. They're not part of it.
Okay.
Okay, drug dealer goes to jail for something serious.
Or street pharmacists then.
Yeah, those are street pharmacists. They go to jail. No. Those ones, their women don't walk on them. Don't walk over them. No, it's not the same.
Oh, so we just talking about the one that the women can walk over and tell them anything
yeah,
and do anything.
Like they are the Pookie. The ones that women can walk over are Pookie. A drug dealer, his woman can't walk over. He puts her in that place. She can do something stupid behind his back or when he's in jail, but when he's out, No, she's cooking and cleaning because he brings a whole lot of money home. Yeah, they're like ballers, but without a contract. You feel me? They're like basketball players. They make a whole lot of money, but without a contract. Yeah. Yeah, Eric, what do you have for us?
I mean, not much. Just listening to what y'all talking about. You still talking about the Pookie?
You know, we got into the introduction of the Pookie last time, right? Yeah, but we're gonna.
Pookie, is Pookie the one right above the bum?
No, Pookie is bomb.
Oh, okay. That's
Yeah, but Pookie comes in two levels.
The name of the bum. Okay, I got you.
Yeah, Pookie comes in two levels, right? So Pookie is okay. Look at it right now. The bomb is the lower form of Pookie, but Pookie is the mid-level. The only thing about Pookie is this: the bomb is the one that is very dirty. It's too dirty. It's dirty. I don't like. They are the lowest of the lowest when you come to classification, right? When you classify men, they're like, they don't even have a bearing. They stay at home, they play video game, they do all this. But Pookie is clean. Okay, a girl that earns $50,000 or more, that earns $50,000 or more is not going to deal with a bomb.
Nope.
But a girl that earns $200,000 will deal with a Pookie. Because you know why?
Because he laid the wood.
Yep, that's right. And she want a baby. So when she gets that baby right from the Pookie, she's going to wait for 2 years. And then she starts having drama with Pookie. Actually, the drama she's causing is to kick the Pookie out. Because she is dealing, okay, remember, she went to college, right? In college, she couldn't keep a man in college. Instead of her trying to get married in college, she want to go to girls' party, girls' out, girls' travel, girls' vacation, girls' this, girls' fun, right? So her man in college don't want that shit. He wants her to let's go get married and start having kids. And she's like, no, I'm in my prime. I can't have kids now. I want to go to girls' stuff. I want to have fun. I don't want to have kids until my 30s. She already decides she want to have kids in her 30s. She doesn't want to have kids now. You see the problem? So she then breaks up with a guy at the age of 21, 22. Then when she graduates from college at 22, 23, guess what she goes? She starts having fun. At 27, now she's about to start looking for a guy to settle down with. But she's ranked up all these body counts. She has a lot of body counts. Men have come and gone. And she's freaking out. Guess what happens when she starts freaking out? Her brain starts messing up, right? Her attitude starts changing. Now her attitude starts getting worse. But because her attitude is getting worse, now men can't just deal with her anymore. They can't even deal with her character. Because she's this fine girl, but she has this nasty character. Because every man that is coming is just coming to hit it and quit it. You see, right? So she's getting frustrated. Why are you guys not staying? Am I not beautiful enough? Girl, you are beautiful. But man, your character stink.
Yeah, it's a whole lot of them out there.
A whole lot of them.
A whole lot. So that is what I want to start telling girls when they start calling into this show. It's not that you can't find a man, but you've hit that level where the character...
Y'all, excuse me. Y'all go ahead. I got to do something.
Okay. So it's not that the character is that bad. It's just that... No, it's not that she's not fine. But just that the character stinks so bad that the character can't get the guy to think beyond the beauty. You see what I'm saying? Because you gotta understand when I said
Hey, Vic,
MMV.
you gotta mute your phone.
No, I'm putting my headset back on.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
I
So
got off
when
the
you
phone for a second.
so when you say when you look at a beautiful woman, right? There is something beyond that beauty. It's character. So character is going to make her to go from SMV, which is sexual market value, to MMV, which is marital market value, right? But when she has such a nasty character, the guy can't look beyond that. So she panics. Now she's so pissed. She's staring. Guess what she's going to do? She's going to look for the pookie. She's going to get a pookie because the only way she can find a pookie is at the club. So she's going to get her pookie. They're going to hit it with condom the first day. They're going to hit it. And then when she found out she's ovulating, right, she start convincing the pookie not to have a condom on. And pookie, damn it, don't really like a condom either.
I would say in most cases, Pookie probably don't want to wear a condom in the first
He
place.
doesn't want to wear it. And she know he got 2 kids. But she's going to tell him, I don't need your ass to raise the kids. She's going to let him know right from the beginning that she doesn't need his ass to raise the kids, right? Then she's going to be, oh shit, she make money. My girl make money. Bam. She gets pregnant. She has the child. Then 2 years later, she start, causing drama because she wants Pookie out. She goes to company meeting. At the company meeting, she know who she's looking for at the company meeting, right?
You saying the company meeting? Like a company party or something?
A company party. I'm sorry, a company party. She goes to company party. She know who she's looking for. Right. So here is the clean guy, the nice looking guy. But at home is Pookie. Pookie's a lazy ass man. Have nothing. Doesn't have no shit. All he did is producing kids. Her son or her daughter is the third child by Pookie, right? But at the company meeting is this guy with no kids at all. Probably divorced from the first marriage, no kids, right? And, oh man, this is my Messiah. This is my Savior. I've been trying to get with him, but when I was talking to him, he had a relationship. Now he comes to him and say, you know what? I'm available. And now we got a problem. The guy's like, okay, you're available, but you got a child. You got a man and you got a child. She's like, no, I don't have a man. I'm single. But you got a child. Okay. Does that matter? So you see what I'm saying, right? So that's the life of a Pookie. So all he does is to go around spreading his seed. So a bomb is different from a Pookie. The person against the bomb is the Section 8 woman. The one that is on Section 8. She deals with a bomb. She makes she works way below $50,000. She deals with a bomb. But the Pookie, is up and down. So what you got? Oh, you guys go ahead and say something. I've been talking, man. Yeah, Rhonda, you can ask question. Anything. You can ask us anything.
She look like she want to laugh.
Yeah, she missed a whole 15 minutes of the bombardment. We've been bombarding the Pookie and the bomb.
What do you say? Pookie.
Yeah, Pookie. We've been bombarding the Pookies for a long time.
He said the Pookie got probably 3 kids and he got a girlfriend or a wife or something. Not a wife, but a girlfriend that's got a good paying job, but he still ain't no good. Basically.
Does he have he don't have a job? He's a bomb.
Yeah. No. If he doesn't have a job, he's a bomb. Yes.
Okay.
But the Pookie usually they don't really keep a job. That's the difference between a Pookie
They
and a
they in
bum.
between jobs all the time.
They're in between
They got
jobs
this
all the
job,
time.
that job, this job, that job.
Yeah.
Okay. Okay.
And they spend most of their time at the barber shop. They always are. The thing is that the Pookies are always around men, but they don't do the things that men do. You see, that's to simplify it. They are around men, other men, but they don't do other things that other men
Okay.
do.
So the Pookie actually is a man.
Yeah.
Also.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. I
Pookie
relate Pookie to a woman. I just always hear Pookie. Go down my Pookie. She'll give you a haircut. She'll do your hair for you. You know.
No, I thought Pookie is the man. The Rere is the woman.
The who?
No. They're a Pookie. They're a Pookie. Well, I think Rhonda. I think what you mean is Pookies that they call them by their name, Pookie. Because my friend Steve's sister, we call her Pookie. But that's not what he mean. He mean as far as like character wise.
Well, no, I remember my my old tax lady in Florida. She used to say people come into her tax agency and they didn't work for the year, or they work 2 months out of the year and they want $5,000 return.
Yeah,
You
that's
know?
Pookie. That's Pookie.
And then she would say, I would send them down to Pookie down there. She gonna get them 5,000 and lose her license, lose her tax license, you know. But I ain't gonna do it for them. So, and I'm always associated Pookies with females, a female name, you know, them Pookies, you know. But Rere, how you associate
Yeah.
Rere?
Okay. Let me tell you what. Yeah, that's what we've been saying. So Pookie. Yeah, you can call both men and women Pookie. Yes, you can do that. But when you say Pookie and Rere is what we're talking about. Men that can't keep a job, they commit stupid crimes. They don't commit crimes that make sense. Maybe like selling low-level drugs, committing robbery, doing things that don't make any sense that they go to jail for. They end up having felony for it. And they are in between jobs. They never have a steady income. That's Pookie and Rere.
Okay.
Yeah. Yeah.
All right.
So
Eric.
they ended up. So the Rere in it is usually the. Okay, so this is how Rere is said. The Rere is the girl that makes money. She has a high income. She makes money. But the thing is that the men that she wants don't want her. Excuse me. So the men that she wants don't want her. She never married because of her character. She's very beautiful. She earns money. She earns income. She's average or above average. So she ends up dealing with Pookie because Pookie never keeps a job.
Now that's the first for me. Now I will say I never heard a woman being referred to as a Ray, but that must be something new. So
Me neither. I've never heard that either.
Yeah,
Me neither.
No. That's what like the manosphere will call them. So they say Pookie and Rere. That's the Pookies. The Pookie and Rere. That's the guys and the girls that deal with each other. Why the girl earns a higher income, the guy is always in jail or in trouble. Never keep. But she uses him to have a child. You see what happened, right? She don't really date him. She either use him to make the other guy jealous, for sexual favor. Or to have kids. So once she have kids, right? She take the kids, but then she kick him out. He never fights the custody of the child because he's not interested in raising the child because he doesn't have the money to raise the child. You see what I'm saying? But he might have all these kids, like 4, 5, 6 kids, but never really partake in the raising of the kids. But he doesn't really have kids by women that are really broke because he deals with average women with decent income. That is why you see the women like that will tell you that my baby father is not in the life of my child. You see, they will always say it's not in the life of my child because they usually have, they deal with, usually, If you got a question for me, Rhonda?
No.
Okay.
So
that's the thing. So that's the thing about guys like that. They're not the bums because the bums are dirty. The bums are very dirty. They're nasty. They don't brush their teeth. They're dirty. They deal with very messy kind of girls in the street. They don't even keep a job. Like what they do, basically, they stay with they deal with girls with Section 8 issue, girls that might pay maybe like $200 for a $1,500 bedroom.
Hey, don't knock that, man. When I was real young, I had one of them girls, man. And it was cool to go there get some canned spaghetti sometimes and cornbread. Hey, they just fell up on hard times, bro. Don't knock them. They just fell up on hard times for a minute, player.
But they fell on hard time for a long time.
Yeah, some of them did.
They stayed in that hard time for like how many years?
Ever. 18? As long as they don't have to work, they'll stay on that hard time.
18 years forever. Yeah, they started studying hard time since warfare 1965.
They the one that had the free apartment with the ghetto booty, and they didn't need but $50 on the bill.
Wow.
I'm just saying.
You talking about the project girl?
Yeah, I'm talking about the project girl, and hey, as bad as it may sound, some of them were the finest girls sometimes too.
Hell yeah, project girl was a fine girl. What you talking about?
No, yeah, that's what we're saying. That they're the ones that deal with the bums. They don't have a job. The bum don't have a job, but they still live in the same house forever, because hey, all she has to pay is like $50 to $200. That's all she has to pay. She's good. Oh boy, that's some shit, man. Yeah, so that's the thing about it, right?
He said that's some shit.
I can't believe that, man.
Hey man, I'm just saying, when you going up and going to the Hole in the Wall club, at the end of the night, you know where you was going. At the end of the night.
Well, tell me more about it. Tell us more about it.
No. We ain't gonna go there, player. We
can't even hear you. If you're talking, we can't hear you.
No, I was explaining to Allison the Pookie and Ray.
Okay.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. She's there.
Yeah.
Okay. She can join us. I think I sent her the link, though. In case
Yeah.
if she wants to.
Okay.
I sent her the link.
About the Pookie and Ray. She asked me which one had the job, so I was telling her, well, the
Ray got a job.
Yeah.
She earns a lot of money.
But she can't get a man that she wants.
She can't get a man she wants because the man she wants doesn't want her.
Okay. So she have to settle for the Pookie.
Yeah, she got to go for the Pookie. But the thing is that when she got the Pookie is going to get her pregnant because she already in the danger zone. Remember, the danger zone is 27 and 35, right? It's the danger zone. So once you get into that danger zone, then right after the danger zone 35, right, you hit the wall. So once they hit the wall, it's difficult. From there, you can she can't easily get married anymore. So, but what she wants to do, because due to many reasons, she don't want to go past 36, right? Due to several reasons. But at that 35, right, and before that 35, she would say, okay, you know what, I just got to go deal with Pookie. And then she gets Pookie to get her pregnant. But then after she has she has the child, right? She can still go back to the guy that wants her. She can't do that anymore. Now we're getting into the next level of our conversation where she ends up. Okay. So we're done with Pookie now and Ray Ray. Now we're going into the simp men. So this is the big conversation. It's going to last for maybe 2-3 days. This is where, just like we got into level 3, level 4 of our discussion for women, now we're going into a big conversation. So when she gets that child, 2 years after getting the child, she's going to dismiss Pookie. She don't want Pookie because Pookie is causing trouble. So she goes to her job to still see if she still got it. That's at the company party. She's gonna want to get that guy that earns $75,000 and above, right? Then the guy is going to look at her. Maybe he's a new guy in the company, or maybe the guy she's known for a year, but she was pregnant. She couldn't really talk to the guy because she was pregnant. She wasn't in a comfortable zone to talk to him. But now she has a child, and the child is about 2 years old, right? Now she's trying to get this guy to talk to her. And the guy's like, not really. Not really. And she keep going, she keep throwing her shot, shooting her shot. She found out her shot is not going to get her nothing. Guess what she does? She brought in her net. By broadening her net, she started looking for the simp men. Simp. S-I-M-P. So these simp men are usually men that don't really get women. What is Allison saying? She don't agree to that?
No. It wasn't her.
Okay.
Was she going outside?
Okay. Oh, she went outside. So now she sees a guy. This guy probably is in a job, but he's not a confident level man. He's a man that barely can get a woman. And she will first weigh the guy's level of confidence. The way she does that, she will talk about her baby daddy, talk about men. And everything she says, guess what happens? The guy's in agreement with her. If she said her baby daddy is stupid, she's going to be like, he's stupid? What did he do? Then she tells him what he did, and he agrees with her. You see what is going on, right? And then every day she's coming to him, saying stuff to him, and he's agreeing with her. And now she's going to be like, ain't you going to take me out? And the guy's going to take her out. They're going to go get a drink, you know. And then she says, oh, this guy's spending money on me, that the guy's giving her more time. That's how she comes across that simp man. And from there, they get into a relationship, right? But unbeknown to her, there are two different types of simp men. There is the beta man and there is the simp man. There are two types of simps. There is the beta man and then there is the simp man. The beta man is the one that will do anything for sex. Yep.
How much money do he have to have? Because I ain't got that yet.
He doesn't have to have any money, but he's not in that high level man. No, he's not. He's not like, men with money and confidence. No, if you talk about high level men or high caliber men, no. High caliber men or Henrys, right? They will not tolerate that. These are men that are assertive. They are very, very assertive and masculine. They don't play. But better men are men that don't really get sex, just like the simp. Sometimes they have a girlfriend, but they can't get sex often. But they will do or say anything to get sex. And once they get it, now they start rethinking. You see, they're back to their senses, right? But at that moment, they don't give a damn. They will agree to anything. That's the kind of men you're talking about. So when they are simps, right? So what happened is that the simp version will end up wifing her. That's the problem. So you see, she knows who is better and who is simp after sex. The simp will stay because the simp don't even get sex anywhere near the better man. The better man is the one that will say anything to get sex, right? But the simp is the one that sympathizes woman. It's like the one that is like a feminist man. You see? So the simp will agree with her, do anything. And he's the one that will end up wifing her. That's how, I'm not the one that said this. It's Manosphere, though. This is said by Manosphere. That's the way the Manosphere believe. And that is true. What they're saying is true. They might be rude with it, but they're telling the truth. So she will have child but do remember, guys, this does not apply for women that have been married before, though. It doesn't apply to them. Like if a woman has been married before, right? And then divorce. These are special cases. If you're widow, right? Like if a woman is widow, it does not apply to these two groups. Divorced or widowed. No. We're talking about women that just believe that they are that's girls that went to school, graduated from college, cause trouble, and then end up looking instead of them to calm down their attitude and character and behave right, they go for these guys that don't watch shit just to have a child. You see, right? So when they get a child by those guys that don't watch it, then the better man ends up not the better man, the simp man ends up becoming the next level of the child in the child's life. That's what we're discussing. But the problem with the simp man is this. They know what they're looking for, but they don't have the means of finding what they're looking for. They are not very communicative. So when you see women saying that men don't know how to communicate, they are right. A lot of women are right. Am I right, Rhonda? There are men that don't know how to communicate. They don't come right away and tell a woman how they feel, what they want. They don't communicate in a way that is straightforward. They don't lay the rules in the house. They don't discuss. They don't walk with the woman. But what happens is that they go with it. Then what happens is that down the road, when they have to then reinsert themselves, and when they reinsert themselves, it becomes a problem, and things like that will lead to divorce or domestic problem. That's why the Sims always in domestic issues, because guess what? They agreed with the woman from the beginning. They don't lay the rules. They just agree with whatever she said. But down the road, they start having problems. Am I right?
Yeah, if they don't know how to communicate, they will have problems.
What do you guys think? From what I said, is there any disagreement or agreement?
Guys?
Vic?
Yeah.
Well, the simp man. Yeah, he's pretty much like he said, he does kind of agree with everything. He doesn't dispute anything. It's whatever she say goes. Happy wife, happy life kind of dude. You know what I mean?
Yes, that's right.
Instead of happy house, happy spouse. You know what I mean? It's happy wife, happy life. And then on top of that, he could be miserable being like that, but he would never say that. As long as she's happy, he's okay with that throughout the whole days of his life. And then one day, toward the end of the relationship, he finally explodes because he finally realized how happy, how sad he's been the whole time. You know what I mean? I used to work with a doctor like that. He was no matter what the wife said, he did what he go work all day. But soon he come on, the wife, you do this, you do that. He never complained back. He never said anything. Then one day he just exploded. After so many years of doing that.
You know what? Go ahead.
No, I was going to tell Vic, you must have some kind of cameras in my house. I was just talking to a friend of mine, and she was telling me that it's the same thing to have happen to, what? Happen to one of my friends,
Rhonda, you're looking left and right. Are you still searching for the camera that Victor has in your house?
And what them cameras at?
Yeah, I gotta look at it now. I gotta look around, man. Victor, what's going on, man? No, but she was talking about that same thing and that unhappiness. And he, after how many years married, he just found out how unhappy he was. Mm-hmm. And it was like, as you said, all he did, happy wife, happy life.
Mm-hmm.
That's how he lived. As long as his wife was happy, he figured that's where he got his happiness, but he really wasn't happy.
Mm-hmm. So, and then making her happy, she really wasn't happy. And maybe she wasn't happy because he never took control of anything. You know what I mean? So at the end, they both were unhappy.
Wow. Interesting. And maybe there are a lot of people in life like that who live that way.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And one thing, this is something that is very common, especially among all these high professional level people, because they don't have they don't have any kind of assertion in their life. They're not masculine. They're not assertive. So these are like engineers, doctors, Except apart from lawyers don't last in marriage because lawyers are very assertive. So if you look, especially in the medical field, even as a Nigerian, I have a lot of cousins that are doctors, that are pharmacists. Man, most of these people, their wives run their homes. You see what I'm saying? But down the road, they explode. Some of them, even in America, yeah, some of them have killed their wives, you know?
Damn.
Yeah.
Okay.
It's gone all the way to domestic. I'm telling you for real. That's right.
What do you mean they killed him? It was okay? Did they go to jail? What, they just killed him and said, I'm going to go get me a
Oh, it's facing death penalty. And some of them are even in, like I have this guy that beheaded some. Oh, man, I don't want to get that.
Oh, Lord.
I'm telling you, man, that is why men have to learn how to be very assertive from childhood.
Yep.
Like I was listening to Kevin Samuels today, right? This is what he said in one of the podcasts. He said that men has to be taught how to be assertive from childhood. You know? Teach men how to be men and teach women how to be women. Because a man has a beast nature. No matter how much you hold him down, right? There will come a day he will explode.
Mm-hmm. I believe that.
Because of that animal nature, animal instinct in him. You can only hold him down for so long. And when he wakes up, he blanks out.
Mm-hmm. And I'm going to give you an example. I'm going to give you an example. Some years ago, I don't know if y'all remember that, but if y'all was even in Dallas, there was a guy, he was like simp man. He went to work, didn't bother nobody, and he did what he was supposed to do. And then one day, he just exploded. He just went to work and shot everybody. Just started shooting
That's
people.
right.
Because he exploded.
But that's why I'm surprised. Why did you guys say, huh, this happened? Man, you guys don't read the news. This thing happens all the time.
Well, I ain't never heard nobody behead nobody, but I know people that will go and kill people when they explode.
They beheaded. I know somebody that was beheaded.
Damn, that's
In fact,
savage,
I know somebody
man.
that was dismembered. Not just beheaded, but dismembered completely.
Oh yeah, they really flipped out.
Hey man, hey, y'all never went into y'all never been to what's that place right down there off of 35? Y'all never been in the medieval times?
Medieval times.
Yeah, they have a I know when we went when the kids were younger, they have this torture chamber where they were showing all these different type of torture things. You should have seen all the torture shit they had in there for women, dude. That was fucked up. I'm like, damn, they put women out. I said, damn, they do their women like that. Some crazy shit, dude. Like some spikes, like some breastplate with spikes in them, so they slam the spikes on the women. I'm like, that's fucked up, dude. They had some fucked up shit. I'm like some sick shit. You know what I'm saying? Like some Jeffrey Dahmer type, Hannibal Lecter type shit or something.
Yeah, you know this thing about the Europeans were very ruthless during their time.
Yep.
During the medieval times, they did so many bad stuff.
Man,
Torture. That is why torture is banned in most of European countries because of how far they go in torture. They go very far when it comes to torture. Yeah, the Europeans go very far when it comes to torture. Yeah. So you see what I'm saying, right? That is why simp life is not a good life. I'm telling you for real. But some of these kids were raised timid. You see what I'm saying? They were raised timid. They were very timid growing up. So they were used to, you see, some of these kids were beaten down, intimidated by their parents. And then sometimes they have grown sisters that whoop their ass. They were never able to assert themselves as men. You see the problem, right? They were never able to assert themselves as men. But then being in America, where men in the last 60 years don't really have power, right? They've been emasculinated. You can only emasculinate somebody to a certain level where they will say, you know what, forget this system. Forget it. I don't give a damn. You know what I mean? And they will just do the unimaginable. And the problem is because of high level of simpness in these men. They get so timid that they can't stand for themselves. Standing for yourself doesn't mean you have to abuse somebody, but standing for yourself means that you have to lay the rules in your house. Because Women are good at following. I gotta be honest with you. Women are very good at following, but you have to lay the ground rules at the very beginning. But the thing about women is this, right? Even though they are good at following, right? They will always try to breach that boundary. You see? So you create a boundary, she will always breach it. You have to push her back. You have to push her back. She will breach it every day. She will breach that boundary. She will breach it every day you have to push her back. The day that you have to stop pushing a woman back is the day you stop breathing. That's the only day you have to stop doing it. But as long as you're concerned as a man, as long as both of you are married, right? You have to maintain that control. Women love it when men are assertive, but they will breach it every day. And that's the problem with the simp man. A simp man, when a woman crosses that boundary, he said, okay, hoping that she will change and go back behind the boundary. She will never go back behind that boundary. She will keep moving forward. If you draw another boundary, she will try to breach that one too. You see what I'm saying? It's not in a woman's nature to stay behind a boundary. But it's in a man's nature to push her back behind it every day. Because if it's not in a woman's nature, Eve wouldn't have eaten the apple. But since Eve ate the apple, right, she has come to let us to know that a woman will always do what you tell her not to do. You feel me? Yeah. Whatever you tell her
Ain't not that to right, do, Rondo? Didn't I tell you not to do something? You did it anyway, Rondo. Didn't I tell you that?
You're funny.
Now you got to pay for this, Rondo. I'm coming to spank you.
Oh boy.
So you see the thing, right? She will always breach that boundary. So it's up to you. You have to keep telling her, no, you got to go behind that boundary. You have to go behind it. You have to go behind it. It's the true nature of life. It's not their fault. It's not a woman's fault. She is created like that. But when you have a simp man, right? A simp man will keep drawing the new line. Keep drawing the new line. Guess what happens when you draw a new line and somebody keep kicking the boundary or maybe wiping the line off?
Something bad gonna happen. Something bad
is gonna happen.
Yep.
Definitely.
I mean, it's just like your kids, man. You set boundaries for your kids, and then they break the rules. Then you say, okay, listen, don't do that because this is the reason why you don't do that. Well, they do it again, and next thing you know, something bad happened. And then you say, well, that's why there's boundaries. You shouldn't do that.
Mm-hmm. So something bad is gonna happen, and I gotta tell you, when something bad happens, right? You as a man, you are in trouble. You know why? It becomes a Lego issue now. Because something bad has happened. But to prevent it from happening as a man, you have to lay the rules. When she crosses it, you got to tell her the consequence. No, you have to tell her the consequences of bleaching this. And when she crosses it, you got to make sure she faces the consequences, right? The consequences should not be physical. You cannot lose your cool. The moment you put your hand on a woman, you lose respect. Because now you have to
from all sides, from men and women, you lose respect.
But once you put your hand on a woman, you lose respect.
The one getting most of the negative. I'm not trying to say blame or whatever. You know what I'm saying? Because you're never ever supposed to put your hands on a woman. But they don't tell you when a woman's slapping you or punching you or something, what the fuck you supposed to do then? You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, we're gonna have to. Now go ahead. Rhonda is about to say something.
No, Allison says smack her back.
Yeah, because that's what this generation do now. This generation would now. You slap them, they'll slap your ass back.
Well, that's what
on your sister.
No, but the thing is this, right? Back in the days, right? Yes, women used to get away with that a lot. I gotta tell you guys, like 20 years ago, 10 years ago, now they don't get away with it anymore.
No, not no more.
Yeah. No, they don't. I mean, once she's putting your hands, you put your hand back on her right away. Don't even waste time.
Hey, slap one of these young Thundercats and see what happens.
The problem with that in society is when the cops come, they always look at the woman as
The victim.
you know. So you got to be careful how you say, you know, I understand, you know, well, slap her back. Yeah, you want to do that, you know. And I am a believer that a woman doesn't need to put her hands on a man. I don't care.
Absolutely.
You know,
absolutely.
You could argue, you could be up in his face, you up in his face, but women feel like because they feel like they're the weaker sex. Sometimes, you know, they can push the man and shove him and slap him, and you know, you shouldn't be able to do that and get away with it, you know. Nope. So what if the man calls the cops and say, well, look, she slapped me. She, you know, the cop gonna look at a man, grown ass man like you calling me for this, you know.
It happened recently.
Now the police arrested women now. They're arresting now.
Do you know the DA of Chicago? She slapped her husband. He called police. I didn't know what happened. I don't think she got arrested. But they find a way to quench the case. But I think the marriage is messed up completely right now. You know what I mean? Yeah. I think the marriage is messed up because she's also known as a physical violent woman when it comes to domestic. She has a domestic violent history. But I don't know why she's still a DA. If she has such a domestic violent history, she's elected. And some people are saying because she's a black woman, that's why she's getting away with that. That is sad. You feel me? It's very sad. But the thing about it is that nobody should be putting their hands on anybody, period.
That's right. That's right.
That's right.
Yeah, nobody should be doing that. The woman shouldn't even do that. But to me, I gotta put that on a man. Right? You know why I got to put that on a man? That's one thing. That's why we're having this conversation about simp men. The moment a woman comes close to putting her hands on you, right? Is the day you should end that relationship. You end it right there. That is why I said there has to be consequences. The consequences, remember I said it doesn't have to be physical. Right? You tell her to leave this house. If she's your girlfriend, if she's your wife, pack your stuff and leave, okay? And go through the divorce process and get rid of her. And I got to tell you, most women in the last 3 years are beginning to realize that when you get divorced, getting remarried is not easy. This is one thing that I would say a lot of our women were not taught in school. They're learning it. They're finding out the hard way right now. Every man, and you know, men have been saying this, but they were never listened to. Our women never listen to us about this. Every man, before he marries you, want to find out your last relationship. What happened? Women don't know that, but men always ask them that question. They think, hey, men don't. No, men do care about your last relationship very well. If he's to smash it, to hit it and quit, he does not give a damn about your last relationship. He doesn't care.
Nope.
Nope. He doesn't count.
We were just in there a week ago or 2 nights ago.
Oh, yeah. He doesn't count. But as soon as marriage comes into that discussion, we got to put our credit. Big time, man. We got to put our credit. And I tell you, to get approved for marriage is much more harder than to get approved by Chase Bank. Yeah. Yeah. Chase Bank can approve you easy than marriage. You gotta have a credit in the 800s, man, not 750. Except,
I'm sorry to interject, but do you think that a man deserves to know your past, or vice versa? If I ask a man, well, what happened to your last relationship? Am I entitled to know that, or
everybody's entitled to know that?
Exactly. Really?
But a woman's, but a man's credit score.
Yep.
No, I got to tell you. Okay, Ron, I'm glad you're asking this question. I'm going to answer it right now.
Okay.
A man's credit score might be 450. A woman's credit score might be 780 for marriage. I'll tell you why. The reason why a man's credit score has to be 450, right now the man's credit score is like 200 for a woman or 150 for a woman, whereas a woman's credit score is like 720 or 700. That's how low the bar is for men to get married to a woman. But the bar for a woman to get married, for a woman to be accepted for a marriage is very high. And if Rwanda is free, I can tell her what I'm about to say. Rwanda, if you're free, I can tell you what I'm about to say. So,
go ahead.
So this is what it is. The reason why a man's history is very, very relevant to getting married to a woman. I'll tell women all the time, before you can even make a child for a man, first know the man's past, know his family, know if his family has a criminal record, know if his father or his family has engaged in any kind of illegal activity in the past. Because guess what? If you got impregnated by a snake, you're going to have a snake as a child.
Ain't that a...
People don't know that. No, not that people don't know that, they don't care about that anymore because they just want to have a child. The reason why you have so many fucked up kids out there is because of the men that are getting those girls pregnant. You know what I mean? That's why you have so many messed up kids out in the street, because criminals are impregnating good girls. And when a criminal impregnates a good girl, guess what she's going to have as a child? A criminal. A criminal with a good attitude, sometimes.
That's messed up.
That's messed up.
That's messed up. You gonna have a bunch of damn lying ass little criminals around here.
That's right.
And it's right to a point. It's right to a point, but
it's not right to a point. Even the Bible said, I'm not a Christian, but even the Bible said it. If you before you marry somebody, you got to know their history, because you're going to end up having a bad child.
I agree with that.
A bad sperm produces a bad child. That's what it is.
Miss Ryan had them baby kids.
That's why you're having better kids. Because
no, baby kids.
Baby.
Remember baby kids? Baby kids, we don't die, we multiply.
But no,
that's right.
I'm saying that I agree with you to a point. I mean, you have these kids, yes, but if you and I'll just give you an example. My son's father, he is a notorious liar. He lies for no reason. It could be raining outside, right? Pouring rain. And you ask him, is it raining? He'll say, nah, it ain't raining. Meaning really, I think it's so in his system of lying.
I got to tell you something, Rhonda. Let me cut you off a little bit. Sorry.
No.
I know, but let me cut you off real quick.
Go ahead.
I would rather have you use your child as an example, because if we respond to that, I don't want this. Whatever we say here is going to be here for a long time.
This is why I'm saying in not all cases, because you said what you said, and I know that generally this is what happens, right? But I'm saying with my son, that's why from the time he was little, I used to tell him, Terrell, one thing you don't ever do to me is lie to me. Do not lie to me. If something happens at school and you were wrong and you were at fault, just tell mommy, hey mom, this is what happened, and then I can go to your school and I can rectify. But when you lie to me, I have no power. I can't do anything, right? So I was very assertive with him in lying, and he grew up being a child. Exactly.
That doesn't lie.
That doesn't lie. Exactly. So you have to catch
What did your child study? What was his major?
Finance.
Okay. Wait, if your child has studied legal and become a lawyer, then you would have seen his dad's blood in him.
Ain't that a bit?
I agree with you. Yeah.
That's right.
That's out of control.
He would have been out of control.
Boy, that's out of control right there.
Yeah.
Okay. So Allison disagrees with you. She has something to say. Go ahead. Go ahead. Oh, okay. Well, she said she disagrees because the lawyers know the line of law. So that's why to us they're liars, but they know how far
They have to be within the confinement of the legal spectrum.
Exactly.
Yes, I know. But guess what? They know that they're lying, but they just can't cross certain lines. Mm-hmm. You can lie, but you cannot. If you're okay, this is what it is. If your client tells you that they killed that, or he siphoned $200 million from his job, right? Mm-hmm. You can defend him for siphoning $200 million, but you cannot participate in hiding the $200 million.
Right, and then not only that too. But not only that too. Sometimes the lawyers get away with it, even though so if you stole $200 million, right, and I'm representing you, right, I have to put the burden of proof on the prosecutor.
Exactly.
That's what I'm saying.
In the sense of the questions that I asked. Listen. Well, you know the question that I asked the prosecutor is like, well, were you there when he took that $200 and something off the safe? Or I asked them, well, so the questions I'm asking, even though I know he took it, but I'm not lying. I am just putting the burden of proof on the prosecutor for them to find how they found out that he stole the money or he took the money.
An ethical lawyer will not take the case. An unethical lawyer will take the case because he knows the line of law.
And that's what Allison said. An ethical lawyer will not take the case if he's he has great high ethics and stuff. He might say,
that is why they say ethical lawyers. But the thing about it is, even ethical lawyers will take certain case, but when the case becomes an immoral case that affects the community at large,
yes,
they will not accept it. But if you're talking about banking institution, they don't give a damn. They will accept it.
Yeah.
You see? Yeah. But if it's something that has to do with things that have to do with maybe the community or something very serious, right? They will not. But to stay within the legal framework, the legal parameter, right? They will not take a case. I'm sorry. You can defend a criminal, but you cannot participate in the cover up. Yeah, you cannot participate in the cover up, but you can participate. You can defend them. That's your job, to defend them, but do not participate in the cover up. So that's the problem with so when it comes to men, okay, Rhonda, check this out. Men, the reason why a woman's credit score for marriage is so high is this. Number one is paternity. Number two is that men hold the key to relationship. You see? And men also have status to maintain. Like let's say right now, if A is married to B, A is man, B is woman. A does not want to go outside with B and have his guys talking about B, His status among his friends is going to be bruised. Just like men don't like to marry women that already dated their friends in the past. Only simp men do that. A simp man will marry a woman that his friend used to friend. That is disgusting.
And that's not
a masculine man will never do that shit.
No.
I can never marry a girl that used to date my guy. Hell to the no.
Yep. Nope. Yep.
But a simp man will do that.
What? Dating your friend, like your friend exes and stuff.
But a woman,
I don't play that at all.
But a woman can marry a man that used to date her friend.
Hell no.
So most men will not do that crap, but simp men will do it.
Hey, Hey,
what I'm
Michael Jackson
saying?
and brother did each other like that. They had a baby by the same chick, and one of them got married to the chick.
Who did
You
that?
see?
The Jackson.
Michael Jackson and them brothers.
Who's
Them
No,
two,
that?
I think it was Jermaine and Randy. They had a baby by the same chick or some shit. One of them two brothers did.
but you gotta know that most of the Jacksons are Sims, right?
Come here, Bentley. Don't let him out. Okay? Sorry.
Yeah, you gotta know that most of the Jacksons are Sims, right? So, I think
I
Victor
suppose
must have-
so. I suppose they were simps. I guess.
because you
I
gotta
feel
know
like
how
whether you're
teen-
simple, whether you're simple or not, that just disgusting. Like you should just know
That's
better
very
shit than that.
disgusting.
Yeah.
My brother is my cousin. Ain't that a bitch?
So check this out.
So look at it this way. You got to understand that even though Hollywood is making those things okay, they're not okay by most men. The reason why you have 54% of men not married is because most men are masculine. They will not take crap. That is why you have 54% of the men are not married at all. Because the women that they want to marry don't meet that qualification. That's the difference between a beta man, a simp man, and an assertive man. But most men are assertive. But a lot of men are beta. I'm sorry to say that. But as soon as they get what they want, they're running. You know? Once they get it, they quit. That is why women say hit it and quit it. Because once he hit it, he's gonna be like, no, I don't like her like that.
Don't even want to come back around no more.
Don't want to come back around. But
Especially if she let him do it real quick. Like, oh no, shit, ain't no telling who else did that.
the real quick, right? No. The real quick. Guess
like
what?
Right after you talking about like
I
right
gotta,
after you met her or whatever.
I gotta tell you guys, right? The real quick has been like is in a big disagreement by a lot of men in the society, because I gotta tell you why. If you give a man sex super fast, he's gonna complain. If you give a man sex and keep him waiting too long, he's gonna complain.
Yep.
So that is why when you say the real quick, what is your definition of real quick, Victor? What's your definition of real quick?
When you first meet him,
What?
same day, next day. Trust me, it does happen.
Wait a minute.
Yeah,
Rhonda got all flabbergasted like she ain't never heard that. Girl,
No,
you don't
wait. No.
That's what they call one night
Let me ask you a
stand.
question. Let me ask you a question.
Wait. I might have missed something because I was doing something in the midst and I just came and I just heard the same day you met them. So I just kind of like missed
Yeah.
that.
You
What?
talking about
Yeah.
one night stands or
Oh.
2 or 3 days? Like you just met somebody 2 or 3 days, or now you smashing?
Oh, okay.
No, 3 days, 4 days, 1 week. Men have a lot. Somebody saying something? Okay, it's my don't worry, it's my headphone.
That's your mic.
My mic? I think it's Rhonda's mic. No, it's not Rhonda's mic.
I don't hear nothing.
I was hearing something. I don't hear it anymore. Something.
Hello? Testing, mic testing.
Mike.
Mic testing. Mic testing. Okay, good. So, okay. No, it's come back again.
That's just must just be
Let me. No, somebody start talk. Somebody can talk. Let me disconnect my headphone and bring it back on. Guys, keep talking. Yeah, Victor, you can go ahead, or Eric.
Okay, so Eric, kind of like
Or Rhonda, go ahead.
I heard you said about a one night. What did he say before? I missed it. I missed what he said.
Well, who said? Vic?
What? No, yeah. What Alex was talking about?
That's feedback.
Are you there?
Mm-hmm.
When one of you said, "Why is that feedback so strong?"
Do you have it on the phone?
No. Are you hearing me? No, that's feedback.
Can you guys hear her?
We can hear, but that feedback is still there when anybody talks.
On everybody's call. Okay,
Yeah,
everybody
when
go.
everybody talks,
Let's.
there's feedback.
Okay, that means it's not my mic. It might be the microphone. Let me disconnect something and bring it back on. How does it look now?
It's clear now. Well, no, it's not.
No, it's not. What about now?
Nope.
Okay, this is what I'm going to do. Let me take everybody off and bring everybody back.
Uh,
Yeah. Let me put this way. Let's all disconnect. All of us should disconnect and come back, okay?
Do you want us to leave?
Yeah, leave and come back. Yeah, Victor, you can go ahead and leave. Testing, one, testing, one. Yeah, I hope everybody's good. Testing one, testing two, testing. Come back, guys. Everybody come back. Yeah, we're having a kind of a audio connection issue, and I hope it's gonna look good. So is it any? Let me see. Hello.
It's better
Testing
now.
one.
I don't hear
I
it.
think. Yeah, I think it's better now.
Yeah, I don't hear it.
Yeah, is it better now? Vic, better.
I can hear you good.
Okay, good. Yeah, so Eric might be on the way back.
Is he mute?
Yeah. So I think we just have kind of disconnection from somewhere. So what I'm saying basically is this, right? That's Rhonda, you were saying something actually. It was you that
Now
was
she was
talking.
asking the question about what we were saying about the
Yeah,
one night
I
stand.
was in doing something, and when I came back in, all I heard is damn, just the same night, or
Yeah,
you know,
yeah.
Yeah.
We
No,
we
we
were
were.
talking about having sex with somebody the first time you meet them, and that happens a lot.
okay.
Yeah, it does happen a lot. No, that is not really judgmental because I got to put it this way. Most people, I think, most people don't really judge for the after maybe like 3-4 days later, 1 week later. Most time people don't judge if you guys already established one form of relationship on the phone. You see what I'm saying, right? But this is where the judgment is. Maybe you meet up somebody at the club or at the bar, and you guys drink, and then from there, bam, you guys go inside the car and start hitting it. Yeah, that is crazy. That is I subscribe to that judge.
Trust me, that happens, bro.
A lot. That happens a lot.
A lot.
I subscribe to that kind of judgment. Yes, I do. But somebody you've known for a while, you've established one form of relationship, either from work or maybe from phone. You guys have been talking on the phone. Yeah, meet the first time, do it. That's okay because you have known it. You've established communication. But you don't know that person from no jack, and you operate in that alcohol level. Oh, that's some old shit. that's hoish, man.
Oh, okay. Yeah, well, that's that. My question to you would be this: I have never had a one night stand, never, but because I've always felt like, well, there are more than one reasons, but I always feel like a man judges you on that. Like,
Well, that's one of the things they judge you on.
okay, so that was my question. Does a man judge you because if you just met him, let's say you met him in the day, in the morning time, in the grocery store, whatever, wherever, right? And you exchange numbers, and during the day he calls you, whatever. He might say, well, let's have lunch. Okay, so you had lunch with him, but you just met him today, okay? And the days go by, and then night approaches, and in the night, he says, well, or you say, or he said, well, come over and hang out with me for a little bit, and you just vibing with him. You're feeling his vibe and everything, and you're okay, and you vibe with him, and you all end up sleeping that night. Does a man judge you by that because he just met you this morning and you slept with him?
Of course they will. Of course they will.
Okay.
And the thing about it is sometimes it's not always real bad, but you will get I guess you'll get a score on his scorecard, so to speak.
Okay.
You see how tricky that is?
Let's
You might be judged by the guy, but there has been a second meeting, even though it's the same day, right? There has been a second meeting. That judgment is kind of tricky. I'll tell you why. It goes two ways. If you look sophisticated, you operate sophisticated, right? And it happens to be that the guy mess with you that night, the guy will judge you based on his capability. He's going to be like, damn, I'm good to have pulled this woman the same day.
Right.
His level of understanding himself goes up. He believes he has an A game. That's why he was able to pull you that same day. But you as a woman have to have a level of sophistication to be able to make him think like that. But if he sees you as somebody, if a man sees a woman as kind of trashy a little bit, just a little bit, right? He ruins the whole thing. But as long as he keeps seeing you as a sophisticated person, he's going to tap himself on the chest and say, I did this, I'm the man, I made this happen. You feel me, Rhonda, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
And guess what is going to happen? Oh, my bad. I left Eric hanging. Okay, so this is what is going to happen. Because he did that, right? Because he believed that he did a good job by bringing you in and getting you that same day, though hours have passed, he's going to be proud of himself. So that judgment is tricky. There are going to be some judgment, but depends on the man. If it's a man that does it all the time, hey, Rhonda, you are in a bad judgment. He's going to, if he does it often, he's not going to tap himself he's not going to tap himself on the chest and say, I did this. He's going to be like, no. He's going to add you as one of them. I don't think she heard what I said. Yeah. Yeah, if it's a guy that does it all the time, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, the judgment is not going to go well for you. Yes.
Because if he does it all the time, he gonna say, well, shit, this ain't nothing new to me. I do this to anybody.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's going to add you as one of them. You got to know the kind of, that's why you be careful to who you do that with.
Well, I have a friend in Florida that I worked with. She was my coworker, and she and I was really cool. And she told me she was intimate with her husband now, the first day they met. The chemistry was just there, They both felt it, and they were like, well, they talked about it. Well, why are we waiting? I mean, what's the rule? Is there a 3-day rule, a 90-day rule? I mean, and she said, well, he felt comfortable with it. She was it. And they're married today, and they're still married. And
it does happen. It does happen, but it's in
first day that they met,
Yeah, because they're both horny. They're both really horny, big time. They're both super horny.
Well, here's the thing. Here's the thing with that, Rhonda. Is that it does happen, but statistically, how often does that happen? I mean, you hear a rare case where people, they met their husband or wife and they smashed the first night and they've been together now since 25 years. But how many cases that don't happen like that? That's what you look at.
Right.
But another thing again, look at it this way. There has been an establishment of communication. Maybe they've been talking on the phone for a long time.
No, she said they met. She just said that they met and they talked about it before they did it, and they did it the first time.
Yeah.
No, they did it the first time that they met, but that wasn't the first time they've been talking, right? They've talked before they finally met.
The first day they talked, that's the first day they what you call smash, whatever.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
There are,
That's what
there
she
are
said.
people that have done that. Yeah,
Yeah, that
but
does
it's
happen.
but it's very small number of people.
Very small number of people.
Very small. Those
does
ones are
happen, but it-
exceptional. Yeah.
I just felt like if I'm interested in someone and
You don't have to wait.
huh?
You don't have to wait.
Okay, that's what I was saying. If I'm interested in someone, like Victor said, yes, you do get judged, right? The first, if you're gonna give yourself the first day you meet the person, So then it's like, I'm thinking, well, man, if I do it tonight with him, I just met him this evening or this morning, he ain't gonna call me later. He never call me again. He may never call me. Might just figure, okay, well, as they say, if she give it to me the first day, she gonna give somebody else the first day too.
It's not always the case. I got to tell you one thing, right? Why it turns out like that sometimes. I think Eric is about to say something, but let me say this.
No, I'm not. I'm just listening.
Okay, if you give it up, if somebody gives it up the first day, I end up being married by the same man. There are other things that happen after that sex that made the man to marry her. They didn't go from the bed to the altar. No, it didn't happen. So, men like to preserve their prestige. And one of the ways that men preserve their prestige, okay, they had sex the first day, but he came down to find out that this girl never had sex with any of his friends. That's number one. He must have found out that, okay, she doesn't have any promiscuity attitude, right? That's number two. Then number three, she hasn't exhibited any level of hoish. Hoish means being a whore, So there are days and weeks and months that pass before the wedding. So during those days, he has already come to find out that she's a good woman, even though we had sex the first day. She's a good woman. So that's why he ended up marrying her. So he must have investigated her throughout that period. Because that's why I say the bar for marriage for men are super high. Even having sex that first day, he's still going to find out things about this girl. Except if he comes from the same family that she comes from. They have something in common. Maybe he's from a fucked up family, she's from a fucked up family. They don't give a damn. They're both fucked up. But if he's from a decent family and she's not from a decent family, you got to have family members talking, because men, I'm not talking about simp men. So maybe that's your friend, his husband is a simp. Simp men will take anything, because anything that comes to them, they hold tight to it because they might never get it again. You see, they get a woman that lets them have it, because he might not get it again. Go ahead, guys.
What happened?
Yeah, my phone died.
Hmm?
I think so.
It died?
Oh no! My phone didn't die. My phone closed.
Oh,
Oh no, it didn't die.
watching a green screen.
Yeah, it's gonna come back now. It's coming back.
So what is the 3-day rule for men?
Allison's asking, what is the 3-day rule?
Shit, men ain't got no 3-day rule. It just
Men
depends
have
on
no
who he
rules.
trying to. If a man is trying to marry somebody, then he will, most of the time hold out, wait, and try to see what the girl's all about. But like if he come to the woman's house and she looks a certain way and she giving any kind of sign that she's gonna get with it, he gonna get right on with it. He ain't gonna be no damn 3-day rule.
Do you know the rules that men have, ladies?
What?
Men have 30 minutes rules.
My brother
Men have, what did you say? Men have what?
30-minute
minutes
rule.
rule.
Damn. Hey, girl, how you doing? Well, really nowadays, shit, men and women, man, shit.
No, men have 30 minutes, 30-minute rule if you guys want to find out what it is. Do you know what a 30-minute rule is? A man has 30 minutes to find out if he's going to marry you or not.
You can explain it better.
In 30 minutes of having conversation with you, a man knows if you're marriage material or not.
Okay, my dad
30 minutes.
my dad told me within 6 months. Within 6 months of relationship,
That's old school.
That's established. That means he has made a final conclusion.
okay.
But a man knows if he's going to marry this woman or not within that 30 minutes. You know why? Because 30 minutes tells him if you're agreeable or disagreeable. Because he's going to tell him that if you listen, let me tell you this. Men love to talk because men have ego. Men love to hear women, love to see women listen. Because that is a sign of peace in the house, right? If he talk politics and you disagree with him, and he tells you that the sky is blue while the sky is green that day, and you disagree with him, that tells him that you're not agreeable.
Take it.
If you look at a black shirt, right? Let's say an orange shirt, and tells you that that shirt is yellow. He's telling you it's yellow. Maybe he has an eye problem. You don't have to point out that it's orange because now he's feeling like, okay, she don't know I have an eye problem. You just got to say, okay, yeah, you're right.
No. We're not doing that. That's lies. That would be me lying to him.
But guess what?
I'd be like,
Guess what? Not that you're not gonna correct him later. You're gonna correct him, but it's not the place and the time. That is why it's very important to men. Place and time is very important to men. You know why he tested you like that? Because a man doesn't want you to disagree with him in front of his friends.
Yeah, that's worst. I think that's the worst disrespect
you can give a man.
Oh, man, especially your wife or somebody.
That's right.
Disagree with you in front of other people and shit. That's so. I'm like, at least, wait till we get home and then say something. But don't be making me look stupid and disagree with me.
Eric Hangaf, he doesn't even know. Hey, Randa, you about to say something?
I was trying to really listen to what Eric was saying.
Yeah, he's gonna come back. He's gonna come back. Okay, he's coming back now.
Like the ultimate, like disrespect. That would turn me off so much. I wouldn't even want to be with that one. I'd be like, you know what? I'm good. Nice to meet you.
Okay, Eric, just kind of repeat yourself really, really quick again.
Yeah, you went out.
I just said that the most disrespectful thing, one of the most disrespectful things that a woman can do is to be confrontational or disagreeable with her man in front of other people. You know what I'm saying?
Okay.
Especially, and it's been done several times, but especially if he's real adamant about a certain point or whatever. You know what I'm saying? Cause, like a good woman, just like when a woman's out there screaming, yelling, or just doing something she ain't got no business. Her man, should come whispering in her ear, girl, you're going a little bit overboard. You need to calm down. You know what I'm saying? But I'm not gonna get out loud and say, hey, bitch, you need to stop all that bullshit or all that damn whimpering. You know what I'm saying? I'm not gonna call her out.
No, I hear you.
I mean, you know what I'm saying? Because I didn't mean to say it like that, but I'm just saying. Why you laughing?
Hey, bitch.
It took me a while to start laughing at that.
Married, by the time you get home, the divorce papers on the table,
That's right.
Yeah.
But that's what men don't want to go through. You see what I'm saying? That's what men don't like.
Nope.
So a man tells you that orange is yellow. That first 30 minutes is the most significant 30 minutes in a man's life. Between you and him is the most significant. So once you disagree, I've been back in 2000, like before 2010, I've been on dates with women. And right at the very lunch or dinner that we're having, the disagreement was so bad. I can't even wait to pay the damn bill and walk away. And
Get the hell away. Yeah.
sometimes I will send a text message and said, never call my phone again.
Okay.
You see what I'm saying?
I agree with you too. I mean, I understand the whole concept of being respectful, and stuff like that. But maybe that's why if I meet a guy and we're talking and we're whether he in front of friends or whatever, and he talking bad about the Cowboys, and I am not going to shut up and be quiet because that's my heart and that's my team.
For real?
For real.
Girl.
So yeah, for real. If you talk
For real, for real, girl.
man, New England.
Even Allison was scared of this one. She was like, "Damn." Allison knew that Allison knew that the line was being crossed.
Okay, so she's saying that she don't think I'm like that. I won't confront a guy that I'm trying to get with about. But I say yes because even in Boston, when the guy taught me, my boyfriend at the time, who taught me the game of football, he was a New England fan, right? And he was like, "Well, so you ain't gonna come to, you're not gonna back New England?" I was like, "No," and I just confronted him all the time. I like the Cowboys; they are my team.
Did you guys get married after that?
We were dating. We were dating.
That is why. That is the reason why you guys never married. And it was the Cowboys.
Ain't that on it? Ain't that on it?
It was more than that. Yeah.
Ain't that on it?
You see, but it started with the Cowboys.
I just
We are very different.
I just have that pet thing about me. You don't talk bad about my Cowboys.
I know. The thing is this, right? When that's why we say that 30 minutes matters a lot. You see what I'm saying? The 30 minutes matters a lot because within that 30 minutes is where a man upgrades or downgrades a woman. But that doesn't mean he's not going to date her. He's still going to date her. But he already knows that I have a problem here. But there are things that are going to keep him, right? But it's only going to keep him on the dating side. And he's going to keep dating for a long time. And he's going to keep dating until she calls it quit. Because he's not going to, most men don't call it quit. Women are the one that call it quit. Because men, as long as you bring in the bacon, they don't give a damn. They're going to keep eating the bacon.
Okay, so a question, Allison just asked me a question. If the guys are into football and I'm into football and we're just debating on different teams, they're 49ers, I'm a Cowboy. Won't they like that? Won't you, as a guy, won't you like that? Oh, you're trying to oppose,
Let me put it this way. I think Victor is going to answer this again also. Men, yes, want their women to watch sports that they like and the team that they like. If you're on the opposite team and you're a woman, men are very discriminatory. I got to tell you this. If you're on the opposite team, right, and you're a woman, it becomes bias. He gets pissed off. He gets annoyed. He gets frustrated. He gets pissed off that you're arguing with him. If you're a guy and you're on the opposite team, oh yeah, he loves it. You guys can say bullshit, but it's the sex that invites the discrimination. A guy doesn't like his woman being on the opposite team, period. If you want to have a good outcome with a guy and you're really into football, ask him, are you a Cowboy fan? He says yes, you're going to have a good relationship with him.
No, but I've seen even in our driving recently, and I love to see this, where the woman have on the Cowboy shirt and a jersey, and the guy have on a different, and I look at it, I always stop them when I see it, and I've been seeing it very often, like, yo, what's going on there? And I kind of like, what's going on there? And it's like, girl, it's on and popping today. The woman would say that to a Cowboys jersey. It's on and popping today. And he was like, whatever.
But guess what?
Whatever.
But guess what?
He's a simp.
Almost 9 or he's not a simp. Yeah. Almost he's not a simp.
She just learned a new word. So she's
I know. She's using it. Almost 8 out of 10 of those guys are not married to the girls. That's why.
Well, I wouldn't say that. Well, they're married. They're a married couple, and I asked them,
No,
"How
no.
does that work in the household?" And she's like, "Well, it just
Every,
works." Like a
do you know how many?
team.
Do you know the percentage of Americans that are married and the percentage of ones that live together that are not married?
Well, that's true. Yeah, that's
Okay,
true.
yeah. And most of the time, what is keeping them from marrying is because the man hasn't made up his mind yet. Because men have key to relationship, women have key to sex. So okay, if you want to break up more than half of living couples, right? If the U.S. government comes out tomorrow and say everybody in America that lives with somebody must get married in 2 weeks,
Oh, that's it.
80% of the men will be gone.
Damn.
They will move out of that house. You see what I'm saying? They will be gone. They will be like, "Oh, she's not for me," and she's gonna be like, "What the hell? I thought we've been together for 10 years and we're gonna go get married someday." There is a reason why he hasn't wifed it in 10 years, because he never planned to wife it.
So
30 minutes is when
So-
a man decides if you're going to be a wife, and in 6 months is when he starts working towards the eye. Go ahead.
now I was just going to ask the question. So no man out, oh, I wouldn't say no man completely. I mean, this is always, not straight across the board, right? But are there men out there who would say, okay, well, when I meet a woman, because I used to tell my son this, don't, have some value for yourself,
Yes.
and everything that you have in you and on you. I don't want to be too explicit, but have some value that when you give your stuff to a female, she's worth it. Don't just go slinging stuff all over the place. You know what I'm
Okay,
saying?
now you demasculating your son. That's what you just
Oh.
did. I'm sorry, you emasculating your son. That's what you did.
Demasculating?
No, not demasculating. Emasculating. I made a mistake. Emasculating your son.
Meaning what? What does that
You
mean?
you busting his balls. You're not making him to be a man.
No, I'm teaching him to be a good man.
No, you can't teach a man to be a good man. A man has to teach a man to be it's not a woman's responsibility to teach a man nothing. Period.
I'm going to.
You guys can you can disagree as much as the only thing you can do is that you teach your son. This is what you do. You teach your daughter how to serve a man.
Listen, I teaching my son that there are women. That there are women out there that he put his stuff in the wrong hole, he will have problems.
Disease. You
That
mean
is what I'm
disease or what?
telling him. There's diseases out there.
Of course,
exactly,
no,
you know?
that's different.
So that's
No,
what
I'm
I'm
talking about.
telling
No,
you. I said,
no.
not
If it's
because-
disease, I agree with you.
Not
yeah.
because a face is pretty and a body is tight and right, that you go ahead and he was
Yeah.
a young man then, not now at 25.
No,
but
because he has to have sex. If not, he's gonna have a whole lot of things going on down
I was
there.
telling him this at 17, 18 years old. He's now
okay.
growing into himself,
Yeah,
and I'm letting him
just
go.
tell him to wrap it up and go smash him. But he has to, because guess what? Men spread their
tell him that.
seeds. I'm sorry to say this, men spread their seeds. You can't stop a man from having sex.
Y'all hear that? I'm on my
tell
way
him
over
not-
there.
But tell him not to catch disease. You see what I'm saying?
No,
Yeah.
I'm kidding.
Yeah, tell him not to bring disease home, right? But you can't stop him from doing what he got to do, because you got to see the closest habit. Okay, the closest species that look like a man is the chimpanzees, right?
So let me ask you this.
But the closest animal that has human trait is the lions and the lioness. Go ahead, Alison.
The subject about the birds and the bees, old school. At what point is that done with the children so that they will learn to respect themselves?
Respect themselves. That's important. Self-respect.
Self-respect for what?
I think both men and women should look and say, I do it all the time. If I meet a guy, I'm like analyzing him, looking him up and down. I was like, okay, is he worth me? Is he worth what I have and what I can bring to him? Now if you out there and you sloppy about yourself and everything, and or you ain't want to work, and why would I, okay,
Allison said Pookie.
I was in my
That's-
when I was in my 20s, I was really fit. I used to play basketball. I had, I was feeling myself, so to say. That's what the young people say, right? I was feeling myself when I was 22, 23 years old. Everybody used to say, dang, you're fine, because I kept myself up. So I presented myself to men that was fine also, not sloppy and not, so I'm saying self-respect, and that's what I teach my son. Have some self-respect about yourself. I know you should say to yourself, my stuff is important to me.
Yeah, a man has to have dignity.
My stuff deserve only the girls that I feel
Yes, because a man has to be. This is why I didn't have kids when I was in college, right? I didn't get girls pregnant. I didn't go about spreading my seeds, because any woman that carries my child has to deserve it.
That's right. That's right.
That's real.
Amen.
You see what I'm saying? They have to deserve it, and they have to be able to be a wife in order to be a mother. I don't want to do the mother part. No, you got to be able to do it. I'm an African man. So he has to be able to be a wife, which means I can marry her any moment. Right? So you can't just raise my kids, because I'm of the opinion you can't raise my kids outside my house. If I go about right now and impregnate like 3 or 4 women, they can't raise my kids outside my house, which means I have to have 3 to 4 houses that they all have to live in. And that's my house. They have to raise my kids in my house, not outside my house, not in their own house. No. So that's dignity of being a man. But you can't spread your seeds around by anyhow. That's self-dignity. But a woman has to respect any man that she comes across, except if the man disrespects her. Yes.
Okay, I'm not gonna disagree with that, but I'm gonna let y'all know. In my younger days, 'cause I'm still fine, but when I was at my finest, if I only wanted to smash, trust me, that was all on my mind.
Yeah. If
You're
you
a
do
bad
that,
mother, shut your mouth.
I'm not fighting, right? You can dig it.
But guess what? If you look at women that do stuff like that, how many of them end up being married? Very few.
Twice. I was married twice, but that's fine.
Okay.
Me too.
Did it
No.
once.
No. What I'm saying is that women that end up smashing anyhow.
Yeah.
You see what I'm saying? How many of them that end up being married? But remember, this discussion is about a simp, right? They end up marrying the simps, right? If they ever get married. Remember that women are hypergamous, meaning they always want to marry somebody that is above them, knows better than them, have done things better than them, have more money than them. Women always want to deal with a guy upper. But guess what happened? When she can't get those guys, because those guys don't want her, right? Then she goes to her level. Then when her level doesn't want her, then she goes down to the simps, right? Because the simp will, remember, new word. So listen, this word is going to be with you for a long time, simp.
No.
So the simps, right, will marry anything.
It'll
But
be
guess what they would do?
him
They
coming,
won't stay,
going the
but they
other.
won't stay. Go ahead. She said
No,
what?
she said the word simp gonna be with her because she gonna see them coming and she'll be going in the other direction.
That's right. She's already past that level of the simp. So yeah. Because you gotta understand the reason why most simp men are between the age of 20, I would say the age of 18 or 16 to the age of 40. That's why you see the men that are simp. Because by the age of 45, most men already have financial establishment. Men started getting the men prime starts at the age of 40. That's when the prime in a man starts building up. That's when most men start making money. That's when men start getting established by the age of 40. So most men from the age of 40 and above will not want to deal with women around their age or older. They usually will go for women much younger, because they have the financial to be able to deal with those women. That's why women are hypergamous. You see younger women like to deal with older men because older men can spend on them. But what happened is that if you're in your 20s and got married in your 20s, after running the street, is because you're able to pull a guy that is a simp around your age. Because most men around that age are simp. They can't really get what they want because they don't have the money to get it. So they will take anything from a woman. That is why you see most women have kids for guys around their age, right? There is a reason for that. Like I was discussing with somebody recently, she was like, her daughter is 20 years old and she has a friend, and her friend is about 21 or 22. I'm like, why are you letting your daughter deal with a 21 or 22-year-old guy? She's like, oh, he's not her boyfriend. He's just a friend. I'm like, he's just a friend? She said, yes. I said, no, boy is a girl's friend at that age. I said, because if your daughter pull off her clothes, he's smashing right away. Even though he's just a friend. And guess what your daughter is going to end up doing? Bringing a child to you. She's going to be pregnant. And she's like, okay, what are you trying to say? I said, because at that age, if your daughter is 20, 21, you should let your daughter deal with somebody 8 years, 10 years older than her. Because men above the age of 25 are scared to get women pregnant. The reason why is because most men 25 and above are either in college or heading towards their career. Men at that age have the lowest amount of STD. Because what happens, if they don't get STD before 25, they don't get STD anymore. It's very difficult for a man to get STD after the age of 25.
What?
Yes, I'm telling you, go check CDC.
What do you mean it's hard to get an STD? If
Yeah.
somebody got an STD and you go in there bare, you're going to have
No. You guys don't understand what I'm saying. This is what I'm trying to say.
Okay.
Men don't wrap it up when they are between the age of 14.
Okay, I understand
You
that.
see what I'm saying?
Or they get a little more responsible at 25.
When they get 25.
So when they get 25,
Yeah.
they get more responsible because now they're coming out of college. They see a better future. So any guy at the age of 25 is the best guy to friend your daughter. If you want your daughter to marry really quick, if she's like 19, 20, you want her to marry, let her deal with a guy at 30. Because guys at 30 want to get married. And any guy at 30 that deals with a girl that is mature at 20 will wife her right away.
Okay.
You see what I'm saying?
I have a question for you.
Yeah.
Why is it, okay, so the question would be, and it's more of a man in his, let's just say in his 50s, 40s or so, right? You're married. And this question, and it's not Eric, I'm saying this, or I'm just want him to explain to me maybe why a man at, let me just give an age at 50, right?
Yes.
He's married. He got everything going for him. He's married. He might be making 6 figures, but he's making good money. His wife is making good money. They have a home together, or they have houses, they're building, they have whatever together, and she's involved in his work. He's, kind of like everything else. But then yet he's willing to lose all that, right? He's willing to lose all that to chase a younger girl who really doesn't have anything, not even established. All he can get from that young girl is sex, good sex, maybe,
Maybe you get peace of mind. Peace of mind is underrated.
Peace of mind, okay.
Mm-hmm.
That's something to think about. Okay, peace of
Well,
mind.
I mean,
Let me put it this way.
what I say to this is, first of all, I don't think he's willing to lose it all, but maybe because of circumstances at home.
Right.
And you mentioned something about sex, because I know for a fact, and I know many men know for a fact, and I've even seen the older men in my family, when women get a certain age, they don't want to do what they used to do no more. So the man that's established said, well, shit, I love her, but at the same time, when it comes to this, she ain't trying to do this no more. She don't feel like she has to anymore. Or that's beneath her now. Well, shit, let me go get somebody that still want to have some fun. And I I just, I just give her a little money. I don't have to see her every day or whatever. I just give it to her, and and she's willing for it, and she don't mind the
Lydia,
$400, $500, $1,000, whatever. I give it to her, and she good.
your friend.
Put it this way. Rhonda. Just put it this way. Men, right? Men, like Eric said, love peace of mind.
Yep, that too.
Victor said she's not doing what she used to do. But I gotta put it this way. Older women talk too much. You see what I'm saying? Yeah, they talk a lot. Men love to come home to a peaceful home. When they come home, they want to wind down that first 2 hours. Men keep work at work.
Yep.
Women bring work home. You know why? Because women were never created to work at the first place.
Okay. Well,
So
as
they don't. So they
as
don't know how.
you don't take it personally, but I won't take it personally. Okay, because I don't
Yes.
I don't do that. But go ahead.
Yes. No, it's nature. It's nature completely. So God created them to nurture, skill the meat, cook the meat, and make sure everybody in the house is fed. God created a man to go and take the heat, take the beating, take the punching, and bring the meat home. Take the attack and bring the meat home. But today's technology has made it easy that the woman they can then come out and do a work that technology does more than half of the work for her. You see? That doesn't require manual labor. But that is physical. But now when you go to the mental state of it, it's different. A man comes home leaving work at home at work. But a woman comes home bringing all the fires home.
All the fires?
All the what?
All the
Files.
fires.
Files.
Yeah.
Okay.
The
So she
workload.
brings all the workload home.
Okay.
While he dropped his at work. And now he comes home trying to rest and stretch his foot and watch the evening news starting at 9 p.m. There is a reason why evening news comes at 9 p.m. because they expect that most men will be home by that time and rested for 2 to 3 hours. You see, prime time starts at 8 o'clock, right? The reason why prime time starts at 8 and the big news starts at 9 is because they expect that men at that time should have rested, eaten, showered, relaxed. And that's when men start listening. 2 hours after they make it home, that's when their mind comes down to the listening ear. Their listening ear opens. Now you can tell him what did the bitch Sandra did at work. Now he can listen to that. But he did not want to hear what Jake or Sandra did 2 hours earlier. He doesn't want to hear that. But now he's ready to hear it. The reason why he's ready to hear it is because science have understood that men ears open 2 hours they come 2 hours after they come home. That's 2 hours after they make it home. That's when their ears open. So, and a man expects his wife to know that don't say anything. Don't tell me anything about your work. Yes, I know you bringing work home, but don't say it. Just give me that 2 hours to wind down. But most older women will never do that. He doesn't love me no more. He doesn't want to listen to me. He doesn't even show me love. He's like I'm invisible. Guess who keeps quiet? The younger girl. Boom. And she listened to him because he has all this gray hair with experience. He tells her jokes and then she just pay attention and listen to what he's saying. And it makes a man feel good. That's why he's risking it all. So he's not getting good sex and he's getting a mouthful of loads. Or a mouth load full of words.
Oh, okay.
You know? Yeah. So that becomes a problem that most men face when they started getting to certain age. They don't get that cooperation from their wives. And not only that, nature also makes men do that. Go ahead, guys. Yeah. Somebody can say something. What do you think, Eric?
Hold on, I'm off mute. Well, I had a friend. Another friend in Florida. He was my coworker too.
I hope you're
And
not using yourself as an excuse.
no, not at
No,
all.
go ahead, go ahead.
Not at
I'm
all.
just messing with you.
But he told me his wife. He's older than I am. You know, he and his wife, and he told me that, or he used to tell us, and I found out it's true after I got to know him really really well, and one day. He had tickets or something like that, and me and his wife went to a game and stuff. Me and his wife, not him. And it was really good. He couldn't go for some reason or the other. But anyway, and I found out it's true. She told him, right? And this woman is about, I would say, late 60s, early 70s. I'm just averaging, right? And she told him she doesn't care what he does between 9 to 5.
Damn.
And for an older lady, I must say, she keeps herself very well. She's very well manicured, well taken care of her hair and everything. She's a nice lady. When I first saw her, because I know him from work, right? And he's not all that. I mean, he doesn't keep himself good, And when I saw her the first time, I was like, dang. I to Mr. James, I was like, it's kind of like an odd couple, and they caught me off guard. And I was like, your wife is very beautiful. That's what I said, I said, she's a beautiful woman. And then he was like, well, that's what I surround myself with, beauty. But anyway, back to the story. She told him 9 to 5, she don't care what he does. As long as the bills are paid on time and she hears him snoring at night in her house, that's all she cares about. And he went with that, So I'm like thinking, wow, there are women out there like that. They don't care what their man do between 9 and 5.
Oh hell yeah! There's some women out there like that.
Really? And that
Yeah.
was the first time I ever heard that. I thought he was playing when he told us, because he told us on the job. He said, my wife told me already, she don't care what, so I can flirt with you all, I can be with you all between 9 and 5. But come 6 o'clock, I gotta be in my house and I gotta stay there and I gotta snore in there. That was just like a joke for him, but I realized that's what she said for real. And I was like, wow, okay. So some women don't.
Now, I don't know about the 6 o'clock shit though, but I've heard of stories like that though, a lot.
Meaning that at 6 o'clock he needs to be in the house. She don't care what he does between 9 and 5. That's his job. And if he chooses not to go to work and go with somebody else, that's on him. But as long as the bills are paid on time, and he snores, she's hearing him snore every night, she's good. It's meaning that he's not sleeping out of the house at night. He's not trying he's coming home every night. Yes. And I was like,
yeah, but if you look at it this way, right, that is where, like, down the road of this conversation, a lot of you women might be pissed about it when we start discussing family relations and business, how business and family relation goes together, because that's the sole reason of this channel, is to discuss business, discuss family, and also discuss relationship. Because I got to tell you something, right? When a woman gets to a certain age, I would say, like, you remember one time you and I were speaking on the phone, Rounder. Then I said something about when a woman gets to a certain age, she has to accept certain things in her life. It's nature that made it so. It's not you. Don't take it personal. It's nature. So that means when you going down, remember that your man is coming up. One of the highest reasons why a lot of men have prostate cancer, like I was discussing with my uncle recently, the reason why a lot of men have prostate cancer is because their wives refuse them to go out. She cannot take the amount of sex he can give, right? She can't. She's not equipped. She doesn't have that power to take it at that age. And also, there is a reason why nature said that men and women should have 10 to 15 years gap in marriage, in age for marriage. Is because if your husband is 65 and you're 50, you see, you still have the strength to be able to please him until he's 75, 80. You see what I'm saying? But if you guys are close to the same age, if he's 50, you 49, that's very dangerous.
You know, y'all better she better get her ass in the gym.
Them some old balls y'all got to worry about.
But no.
What he said? What did Victor say?
He said you should be worried about those small balls or what?
No, I said them some old balls. You got to worry about that. They got that big a gap.
Oh yeah. But if you look at it, right? If you look at it, you see that another thing is this. Men do go out when their wife hits certain age because she doesn't have the strength to be able to please him. But then the women think, that if he's going out, that means he doesn't have love for me. No, men don't have sex with feelings. Women are the ones that have sex with feelings.
The only part of that I disagree with is a woman with a high sex drive doesn't have a problem with that. It would never have a problem with that. And there are a lot of women out there with high sex drive. I have friends who have high sex drives, and they're my age or older. And they're always talking about what they want and what they want to do and, in sex and stuff like that, And sometimes even the woman might say, but he didn't want to do nothing. All he want to do is just do that, and that's it, and they want more.
What's their name?
Huh? What is that?
You stupid.
Maybe I was asking what's the name.
I'll give you some phone numbers.
But guess what? You got to check this out. Do you know that I've seen guys that tell me that they've come across women that will brag, and that there are women that in their 50s and 60s that will brag that they can do this and do that and they can throw it back, and then when they start dealing with her, she like 10 minutes she's already crampy. She can't lift her legs no more.
Come out of the room with that walker.
But her mouth is so good at sex than her body actually. Because remember I told you that older women talk too much.
So it's more talking about it than doing it.
She's more talking than doing it.
But and that goes vice versa. That goes. There's some men don't want to do nothing. There's some men just want to have.
No, when he has Viagra, he can do a whole lot. When he gets that pill, man, he's popping.
That's a different story,
That's a different story because most men buy those pills. But look at it this way. Let me also tell you this, right? This is one thing with the older guys and older women. Do you know that when you bring young chicks will tell you this? I've gotten so many young chicks tell me this. If you see what I'm saying, Rhonda, like check this out. Sometimes you have a girl, a man that is 60, and his wife is around his age, right? But she's complaining that he can't do shit, he can't do that. Whereas when you bring a younger girl is like, damn, that guy was on fire. You know why? Men love to taste. Some men love to go around. So the longer he has that lady, right, the lesser he wants to deal with her. But as soon as a new thing comes around, sure, he offloads. You see what I'm saying? He goes crazy because guess what? It's a fresh woman to him. So you might bring a 65-year-old man now and keep him standing. His JJ is down. His JJ is not working. I didn't say I said JJ. That's Jay.
Right.
His JJ is not working, right? Mm-hmm. Bring a girl 20 years and keep in his face, man. You'll be shocked. You'll be like, whoa, what happened? Because he's seeing something new. It's just like if you go to a restaurant and you keep ordering the same food, you're going to get tired of eating that food. You're going to get sick, right?
Yeah.
But so men love to taste different food.
And we do too.
But women love to taste this different food in one restaurant.
No. Not
We
necessarily.
won't take it.
Not necessarily, right?
Okay, Allison told me don't take it personally, so I'm not going to take it personally. But no, that's
So
not
she's
true.
so she's a therapist for tonight.
The same thing men like, the same thing some women like too. You know.
Married twice, I know.
You gotta know, it's not. It's the
Let's say-
exception.
let's say,
It's the exception. It's the exception, not the general rules. You see what I'm
married,
saying, right?
married twice. It's always been nice, you know.
I gotta remember that one.
Oh man.
Okay, married twice, right? But how old? How old was she when she married the first one?
I was 26.
You were very young.
I
You were in
was.
your prime. You
I
were in your
was.
prime. And then when did the first marriage end?
14 years, I was,
You're about 40.
40.
yep.
40.
Yeah. So if you are 40, so that means you were still at your
In my prime.
yeah,
Yeah.
you were just at the tip of your sexual prime. So from there it starts going down a little bit, not significantly low. No, no. Your sexual drive is not your sexual prime.
Oh, yeah.
Sexual drive is different from sexual prime. Sexual prime is when men feel you attractive. You see, that is why you see women most women will get married before the age of 35. That's when most men will marry them. Then after 35, less men will marry them after 35.
So that again,
But-
your sexual drive is not your sexual what?
Prime.
Prime. Okay.
Yes.
Okay.
So most women will marry before the age of 35, but after 35, very few women will marry after 35. Most women have high sexual drive from their youth up until the age of 45. At 45, it slowly goes down, but actually starts going down at 40. Because at 40, most women want to go out, they want to go
Night,
drink,
ladies
they
and
want to
gentlemen.
go
I got to
eat, they want to
this
go do
morning.
this.
I'll holler at y'all.
Okay.
Bye.
Yeah, it's about time to wrap it up because it's after 12 o'clock.
Yeah, I'm about to wrap up right now. So they will start killing it at certain time. At the age of 40, they want to travel more. They're not talking about sex. They're talking about sex with a party, sex with the occasion, sex with the everything that comes with it. You see what I'm saying? But before the age of 40, they just want to go to the club, have sex, and they have sex everywhere. But after that age of 40, it comes with the traveling and stuff. They want to go here. Then when they turn 50, now they want to just sit in the house, have good time. Sex is the last thing that comes in their mind. Yeah, the reason why sex is the last thing that comes in their mind at the age of 50, I will tell you why. Because now they're questioning their body. They're looking at their body. They're like, okay, you see, so many things, they're getting more complicated. And they take that complication on the man. They want a younger man. They want an older man. The younger man is irresponsible. The younger man is this. The younger man is that. A lot of women divorce at the age of 50. You see what I'm saying? Because it comes with the territory. They're confused about what they want. I want a younger man. I want a guy this. I want a guy. Because what happened is that what they want their husband to do, he's not doing it. Because at that time, the man is also in his financial prime. Because at 50 is when most men have money. They have a lot of disposable income at 50. They're not giving her that attention anymore at 50. So she's pissed. Now she finds out that, he's dealing with younger women. She wants to deal with younger men. But the thing is that younger women are reliable, younger men are not reliable. You see the difference? Yeah.
All right.
Okay, let's wrap it up tonight.
All right.
I think the next broadcast is going to be Saturday or Sunday, so we can discuss more of the Sims, because we're still in the Sim conversation.
Saturday, I won't be here. Saturday, I got to work. New Year's Eve.
No, Sunday.
Okay.
Let's do Sunday. No, we can't do Saturday. I gotta work Saturday too. So let's do Sunday, which is New Year, or we'll do it Monday. Okay, guys.
All right.
Thank you so much,
Later.
and everybody have a good night.
All
Okay.
right.
Later.
Okay. Yeah, good night, guys. Thank you for listening. And 100% true. Yes, that is true. You have to think that second man who married you went below his standard when got a divorce past her prime time with kids. Please ask her this. Yeah. Okay. What I'm gonna do basically, 100% true. I'm gonna ask her this in the next conversation. So you said that, do you think that the second man who married you went below his standard when got a divorce past her prime with kids? Please ask her. Yes, I'm going to ask her that. Thank you so much for that question. Sorry about that. I didn't get to see this to ask her, but I'm going to ask her that question for the next podcast, so we can discuss more about it. It's a very, very good question. I wish I was able to say it, because that's what I'm going to ask her to find out. Okay. And that's the question I was going to ask her myself, but then I think I may have, I didn't get to ask her that, because most people are, they want to get off and go to sleep. Yeah, but thank you so much for sharing that with me. I will definitely ask her when we make the next broadcast. Please, looking forward to see you again, okay? That's right. That's right. That's right. Okay, bro. Thank you so much. Have a good night, guys. Thank you so much, guys, for listening. And please, 100%, please subscribe to this channel, and also be able to share with your friends, so that the next broadcast we get, people can come on and listen and then communicate and leave comments. Thank you so much. Have a good night. Bye-bye.